Let's see. Hi. Please let me know if the audio and video is clear. And tap the screen and share the live out, please. I'm sharing it out myself, guys, so give me a minute, okay? Actually, everyone can share out to about 60 people on your, so please share it out. Where are we here? Oh, not yet. Okay. Guys, please tap the screen and share the live out. I want to make sure that they're not shadow banning or whatever. Hey, Solaris. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Runs with Wolves. Hey, Severe. Can you guys hear and see me clearly? Hmm. I'm live on YouTube and on TikTok. So, hey Shiv, hey Robinson. The Ayurvedic system. Actually, I'm not. I don't have the information. I don't want to misguide nobody, so I will get you that, Valentine. I will talk about that, but I want to make sure that when I speak of it, I have the stuff with me and I can actually explain it properly. So I will do that. I do follow Ayurveda, so but I just don't have the stuff with me right now. I'd have to. I grew up with it, so it's like a part of me, kind of. But I don't like all the cough and pit and all that stuff. Like I need to be able to explain to people. There are people you might understand it, but there are people who might not know what I'm talking about, right? So it's kind of it'll be kind of a little bit tough. Yeah, the chakra system, yes, obviously is energetic, right? So your chakras are basically energy centers. So yes, and whatever we put, see, the energy part is separate, the physical part is separate, right? So whatever we put in our bodies, that is not at the same frequency and vibration as we are meant to be, which is creation or creator source, right? Then there's an imbalance. This is where the imbalance happens, and your chakras get affected as well. So this is what it is. So everything is to do with what we are eating, breathing, drinking, surrounding ourselves with, as in people and our environment, right? Technologies. So there's a lot that affects us, in all our different bodies. And Ayurveda obviously is a natural way to kind of bring it back into balance, right? It gives you it's a science. You see, the thing is this: the science that we've grown up with is very different, okay? Because that is lab created science. Ayurveda is actually science of nature, basically. And you see, they separate spirituality and science, but there is no separation. You can't separate the two because it's all one. it's, it is science, it is math, right? All of creation is that. So yes, Ayurveda is actually it's just, let me just say, it's like a lifestyle. It's not even just, it's not just like a healing. Uh, healing science or healing techniques or whatever, because you see, Ayurveda is not limited to the knowledge of herbs and spices and putting things together that is like edible, like foods, to create a like a remedy, right? It's not just that, right? if you if you like learned Hinduism in some ways, you'll see that it's everything that pretty much Hindus do, right, has a benefit. It is part of that Ayurvedic lifestyle, right? Hey Libra, hey lady. Welcome, guys. Please share the live out and tap the screen. I can't see anyone tapping, so I don't know if they're like, I don't know. Anyway, this is for entertainment purposes only, guys. Whatever I speak, whatever I say is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Anyway, yeah, I don't know them per se. I don't read much. A lot of my knowledge is, so there's stuff that I grew up with, which my mother did Ayurveda in the family, so that was part of that. She's well versed in it, and she still practices. A lot of the stuff that I share with you that's spiritual actually is waking up within me. So it's my wisdom, my knowledge, waking up as I get further in my journey. So, I don't, like I said, I'm not a big reader. I don't read a lot. I do watch some uh, TikToks here and there, and you'll see I'll share stuff that I feel resonates, um, stuff that I feel that will help people wake up. Kind of, it's like planting seeds, right? Because the goal for me is that I get um, I get people to become aware or to start questioning stuff, right? So this is my goal with some of the stuff I post. People might see it and say, oh, this is fear based, or why is she posting this, or when I speak differently, but I post something that might be seen as you know something that's fear based, or something that's like not going with what I'm saying, right? But the idea is this: look, so there's the light beings, the ones who are aware and awake, right? Or they're on the journey already, they are on the spiritual journey, right? So you have those beings. These beings already are aware. They might not be fully awake or fully inner, the inner knowing or the inner standing of their wisdom and knowledge might not be fully awake within them, but they are aware that what we know is a lie, that everything has to be the opposite of everything that we have ever been taught, right? And we have to literally question, like literally question every little thing right now, because everything that you're hearing, right, is coming as a truth, but it also comes as a little bit of a shock, like, wait, what? Right? Because you see, there is this idea that the religions created, right, where everyone followed a system, and they looked at these so-called gods, or the system that's been created through religions, right, belief systems that we have followed. Even as we wake up as light beings, right, even as we're waking up, we're still trying to grasp at something outside of us. Very few light beings are tapped into their own higher self and create a source. Okay? There are many beings who are awake. I'm not saying that they're not. The thing here is that because we are brought up in this belief system, we are still desperately grasping for that created to create a God, that word, right? So we are still looking for that father. Now remember, patriarchy is what we have been under, and they have inverted it in a way that we always looking for this higher being. The reality is that we are that higher being. You see, we are the ones. We hold the wisdom and the knowledge within us, is inside us, right? But we have been taught through religions to look outside at somebody, right, that is acting as a god figure. So this is where the problem is, and I come across this pretty much every day with light beings, where I could be talking about, like going within, doing your work, focusing on that divine feminine energy, which is creator source. You see, there is no middleman, right? Religions give us a middleman, okay? But we don't need a middleman, right? You go directly to creator source because you are that, right? You have that spark or that fraction of that creator source. Hey, Semina. Hey, Oracle. Welcome, guys. Hey, May. So the idea here is this. When are you going to understand that you are it? That what you're looking for, or that being that you're thinking, oh, that being is going to save me or help me, right? These are made up beings. It doesn't matter. Remember what I've said to you guys. It doesn't matter what religion, what belief system you come from on this earth. Every one of them is designed to make you look outside of yourself, even the eastern part of the world. Because even they teach you, right? They teach you to go within, to do yoga, to do meditation, to do all of this stuff. But they still have the gods. They still have the goddesses, but the focus is more on the gods, right? Hey Yara, hey Chit, I hope that's how it's said. Hey Claudette. So the idea here is this: owning up to who you are and taking that power, right? Because think about it. You have a child, right? You have a child. Wouldn't you want your child to see themselves as the most powerful being? Think about it. In the oven. Yes. It's okay. That's okay. I love you. You see, we are supposed to be seeing ourselves as that creative source, which is the one that's been separated from us, right? Because we were the ones that were disconnected from nature. We have been made to think nature is separate and we are separate. And we have a certain, it's like hierarchy, right? That we are better than all other creation, that we are more intelligent, right? So that we can then look at all of other creation not worthy, not worthy enough. And we can do with it what we want because we see it as something that we are allowed to use and abuse, which is something that has been done on this planet, right? HR, hey Anai, hey Angela. So you see, this is what the problem is. Because of the disconnection, we have been not taking care of, right? Because that's who we are. We are the caretakers of nature. This is how we were created. Because of how we are created, we are then able to make sure that we maintain, and sustain harmony and balance throughout nature. This is how we were supposed to be. But what has been done has completely made us see other life forms lesser than us. This is where the problem occurs because there's a division, right? And it has not only been done to other species, it's also been done to us as a human race. We are literally one race. We all have the same spark. We all come from the same mother, and yet we have been taught to divide, to see each other differently, to find faults, to see others lesser than you so that you can treat them whichever way you want, right? This is what has to go. The hierarchy has to go. The idea that somebody is bigger and better has to go, right? And it's for all of creation, not just for human race, but for all of creation. So as we realize who we are and connect, right? Because if we go and be that which is nature, right? Because how can we be separate? Like, there's no way to be separate from everything. We are that. We are all of it. We are oneness, right? So once you come to that inner knowing or inner standing, you then see things differently. You appreciate nature, you appreciate other species and races. You want to protect, right? You want to bring balance back. You want to bring harmony back, right? You want to make sure that those things that are creating the imbalance get collapsed. And remember, all of it is negative paradigms and dimensions and timelines, right? And as creators, as creator beings, because we literally create, we are able to manifest through our thoughts and our imagination and our words. Because we're able to do this, we have the ability to collapse that which is not benefiting us, which is harming creation at every level, right? We have the ability to collapse it. We have the ability to collapse things as negative paradigms, as technologies that are artificial, right? All of these different things. We have the power to do that. And this is the version of us that we need to be, because that's the version that has the knowledge and the wisdom, right?
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, hi, how are you, Skis?
Good. How are you? Long
Good.
time.
Yeah, I get put in the jail quite a bit, so
Who? Me?
no, me.
What happened to you?
My life, the last one, they just took the access away for a week.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's all right. It happens. So anyway, we're not gonna go there, but yeah, it was just a few days of a
Yeah.
break. Yeah, but I'm here. I'm back. I'm doing my thing as always. Hey, Catherine.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Thank you. Please tap the screen and share the live out. So the idea for everyone of us is that we stay aligned to our higher self and create a source. Don't look for anyone outside. Okay? Don't look
Mhm.
for those versions that are created as gods on this planet, because remember, the ones that actually walk this earth as ascended masters, these beings never played God. They were kind and compassionate beings who were teaching humanity how to live with kindness and compassion in harmony and balance. They never came here to play God and be, I am this big, pray to me, right? Fall at my feet. They never came to do that. Yes, people did fall at their feet. Yes, people saw them do miracles. Yes, people, saw them as ascended masters. But you see, to be that, right? Enlightenment, right? They did that. They achieved that. And the idea that we have to see them as gods, because you see, that's where the problem occurs, because they
See,
use that to keep us in this limited state. And you see,
you
as
know, I don't believe in peace and harmony anymore. I tell you why. I tell you why.
go
Because
ahead.
there are some people. There are some people. I'm not gonna say who. They're telling India how to live, how to be secular, and all this.
Hey,
And
Prithvi.
they're the same people who take the oath in their religious textbook. And India takes the oath Sabke Saath, Sabka Vikas, rather than religion textbook. So they're
Right.
the one, and they tell that if you're gonna be a president, you have to leave Hinduism
Yeah,
to
no,
a
see, this
very
is
clever
this,
guy.
right, this is the thing. So, idea is this, right? Look, is politics, right? If you are going to follow, this is why we don't follow no one, because honestly, the idea of following so this is my thing, right? If tomorrow there was no government, right? There was nobody telling you how to live your life, right? You have the freedom. It's called sovereignty, which we don't have on this planet, because we are
Right.
literally being told how to live our lives through a government political system, or is the doctors, or is the pharmaceuticals, or whatever.
Public also.
Everything is being monitored and watched. Everything we do is questioned. Everything we do, you need a license, you need registration, you need this, you need this. You don't have a way to be freely able to do whatever you want. But say the day comes and you are able to do that, right? If you are given that freedom that, hey, you can go wherever you want, you can do whatever you want, you don't have to answer to anyone, right? You are free to live your life with your family, doing whatever you want, right? If you're given that freedom, will you be able to make it on this planet, or are you going to still look for somebody outside to help you? Like authority figures are not for you. There is not an authority figure on this planet that has your benefit in mind, because each one is groomed by another higher power to
True.
run the show on this planet for them, right? So if that is the case, what's the point of these leaders? Because they are controlled by the elites, and it's just a handful of people who have been controlling the entire earth. Is the 12 tribes, or the 12 bloodlines, or whatever they're called, right? If that's the case, if all of them are removed from power, right, and you are given the freedom to live your life the way you want, wouldn't you do that? Why would you want to be told how to run your show? Like, for instance, I think you are in the US, right? I'm not sure
Oh yeah.
100%, but here in the US, right, parents have very little control over what they like, or not control, but parents cannot own their children. They don't own the children, actually. The governments own the children, right? Because of the system they've created. They've created the what do you call it, the strawman system, right? Where you literally give your children away to the government when they're born, and they run the show for you. So basically, anything happens in your family and they know, they'll come take them. This is how it is. It's like that movie. I don't know if you watch the Hindi movie of Rani Mukherjee. It's a European country, but it's the same concept. The exact same concept is here in the US, right? So now think, if you don't have ownership of your own children, your family, what's the point of this whole idea that a government is helping you? They're not helping you, they're just controlling everything. You
See,
see?
the government should stay out of people's business completely.
Exactly, but this is where the problem is, because
and
Humanity,
education and
humanity
education.
is controlled intentionally. There's
Yeah.
so much to this kids. If you like this, you have to really watch. I forget the name of the documentary, but you have to watch this. I'll see if I can find it. If I find it, I'll send you the link of it. It's a huge, like a many part documentary. But once you watch that, then you know what's going on. Then you'll understand why all this mess has occurred. Because you see, the control is by one being. Okay?
Uh,
One
uh,
being who's what? Playing God. He's a God figure. Okay? Now I don't know if I don't know if you've ever been in one of my lives where I spoke of this, but look, I'll tell you this. So you know who Brahma is, right? This
uh-huh.
is our Trinity. Our Trinity is what? Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva.
Hmm.
Right? Okay. How many temples of Brahma do we have in India?
I don't know.
Maybe one. Maybe one. Okay, maybe, I don't even know, 100% I don't know. I know there might be one, maybe two. Okay,
Uh-huh.
now, do you know the story of Brahma? What exactly had happened?
Brahma's the creator. I know that
No,
as far.
so who created Brahma?
That I don't know.
Brahma was created by Shiva. Okay,
Really?
okay, listen, you know that Shiva cut one of his heads off, right?
No.
Shiva and Brahma don't get along, right? Now, hear me
Uh-huh.
out. Okay, this is, and you can go Google this. It's on the internet. Is everything is there. You can't not find this stuff. Okay. Anyway, so Brahma is also okay. Let me say it like this. So Brahma created a daughter, right? Who then
Mm-hmm.
he turned into his wife. That is Saraswati.
Mm.
Okay, now right there he's a pedo. Let's just go there, okay, because that just shows you who he is for real. Right now hold on to that thought for a second. Okay, now Shiva cut his head off. He was mad at him because of what he had done. Now, Brahma is not prayed to in India. You'll hear Shiva being prayed, you'll hear Vishnu being prayed, you'll hear Ganesha and Krishna and Ram, but you don't hear Brahma's name that much. Okay? Now, you know who Sati's father is?
No.
Okay. Sati's father, Prajapati, I believe is his name, is also another version of Brahma. Now, if you know the story of Sati, you know that he insulted Shiva, right? The father
Mm-hmm.
did not invite Shiva to a occasion that was happening right after Sati married him, right? So Sati had gone there, and when she went there, the intention was that she would convince the dad to invite Shiva to the party, but
Mm-hmm.
she found a statue of Shiva as a god at this function, right? So she
Mm-hmm.
got really pissed. So she goes in the hall where the function was, and she got mad at the father, and he refused to apologize and to invite Shiva to this occasion. So she sat in the fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she unalived herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, then Shiva finds out and he comes, and what did he do to Prajapati's head?
Cut.
He cut the head off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sati's mother begs Shiva and says, please don't kill him, like don't unalive him, just put F1, guys. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, and so he found a head of a what? A goat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he put that head on Prajapati. Who is Baal? Do you know who Baal is?
No.
Okay, Google Baal if you can right now.
Bal.
Yeah, B
BAL.
A A L. Yes, Tripsy, that's exactly what this is. Remember, the the biggest thing that can hurt a mother is the children suffering, right? The biggest thing that can harm and hurt a mother is when her children are hurt. This is literally that. Yes, and see, this is why I tell people that you need to go within yourself. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone's information coming from channeled messages, okay, or any beyond the veil beings, because there is nothing like that, okay. Did you see
Mm.
Kiss?
Hmm.
So he has a goat's head.
Yeah.
All right. So you see now, look, who's been running the show on this planet?
I feel like the elites.
The elites, but Baal is the one controlling everything. And Baal is who? Sati's father. Also, he's who? Brahma. Now, let me tell you another connection. So you see, we call their religions, the Christianity and Islam, we call them Abrahamic religions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is how it came to be. You see, the first two beings of the Christian religion or Islam, they say they are Abraham and Sarah. Okay, so Brahma, Brahmic, Abrahamic. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Saraswati shortened into Sarah. So your
Oh,
Abrahamic religions are coming from him.
now I see.
Do you see?
There's a there's a
This
correlation.
is all connected because everything stems from us. The oldest, where is the oldest belief system on this planet?
Indus Valley civilization,
Okay,
which is today's Bharat.
exactly. And all of that is the oldest. Everything stems from that. Now, let me remind you another thing. When they had Mahabharat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also Ramayana, right? Both of them. Anyway, so the Vamsaj, which is the lineage in India, right? You see the lineages of Ram, which is Ram's sons Love and Kush,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have Love Kush that have gone two different directions, but I come from my father and mother come from their lineage because my mother, we are Patels, and my mother comes from Leva, which is love, Leva Patels. My father comes from Kadwa Patel, which is Kush. Okay, Kush, and if you go to Muslims, they call them Kushites. I don't know what they have for Levas or love, but Kushites also come from the Kush dynasty or whatever that is, right? Now, when they had Mahabharat, uh, who was it? Who was the one who was blind? The lady, I forget her name. Is Gandhari, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gandhari had cursed Krishna. Do you remember?
Mm.
She had said your entire lineage is going to get destroyed. So do you see the curses and spells have gone from generation to generation?
Mm-hmm.
There's no peace anywhere to be found because of how bad it is, and then continuous inversion of the this entire earth into this inverted matrix that we're in through Baal and all the bullshit he's created, right? He's an archon, but he's part of us, right? So you see, you have to connect the dots because there's so much to this. People are trying to separate, saying Hinduism is, this, Christianity is this, Islam. No, look, it's all a business, right? The only thing true is the way you live your life. Bottom line is, there is nothing else. Okay, how would you like to live your life, and how would others want to live their life? This is all this is. So wouldn't you want peace in your life? Wouldn't you want harmony and balance? Wouldn't you want to be abundant?
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
this is it.
I want
Right,
to live in a society where everybody lives side by side.
right, and not have to worry about your color, your skin, what language you speak, and where you come from. It doesn't make any difference. The only
Well,
ones
yeah.
who think like this, right, is your mother. Think about it.
Mm,
If you go, and I don't know how many brothers and sisters you are in your family, right?
mhm.
But you'll see your mother is the glue in the family. She's the one trying to keep peace in the family, harmony in the family. She's the one who's trying to maintain, normalcy so that everybody gets along, right?
Mhm.
This is what it is. So this inversion that was done, which was patriarchal, right? This has to be turned back to matriarchy, because you see, we come from matriarchy, right? In our belief systems, in whatever we have had in Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, whatever, you'll see they say Nand. They don't say father son. They'll say, Yashoda's Nand or Yashoda's Lal or whatever, right? So this is how it comes. You see, this is
But
how it was, but
but
they
you know the
inverted it.
patriarchal system comes from Abrahamic in my I think
Yeah, he inverted. That's what I'm saying.
the
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Quran, especially in Bible.
Quran, but also Christianity, because you see, he inverted, he created his own religions.
Mhm.
This is what I'm saying. Do you see?
Mhm.
Brahma created his own religions. So there is the old ancient, and then there's the new bullshit, right? Because isn't that what it is? Think about it. And it's only how old is Christianity and Islam? How old do you think it is? What is it? 2,000 years? Like a little over
Christianity is maybe
2,000?
Islam is like 1500, 1500.
Yeah, and Christianity is just about the same, like 2,000 maybe, right? So
Maybe 2500.
so think about it. And ours is how old? You can't even
So
go back. It's so
I don't
old.
know.
So
The latest they have the recorded 7,000. That's the farthest.
15,000 is what I am aware of. Okay?
Wow.
And what I know that has woken up within me is actually longer than that. 25,000 years that I know that we have had religion, right? All religions, and like belief systems like that. And before that, maybe another 30,
See,
32,000.
is it? Are they trying to make Hinduism a like a religion type, like Christianity and Islam? Is that happening more and more?
That's what
I
they
feel
did. That's what the Europeans did. You see, we don't have a religion per se.
no, we don't
Hindus
believe
never had a
in the
religion,
concept of
right?
religion. Yeah, yeah.
It's a way of life, right? But what they've done is they came and they gave us this bullshit system so that they can control us. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not about this is why I'm saying the older one is like a lifestyle. How do you live your life in harmony and balance with all of creation? Which one has non-violence? Think about it. We are the only ones
The
who have
dharmic,
non-violence.
the dharmic.
Christianity has violence and Islam has violence, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So this
They
is
also believe in objective morality. They think that whatever the morality is based on the book,
right,
it
but
should be
that's
based on.
but
It should be
it's
also the law.
yeah, but
Like
whose belief system is that? Think about it. It's
Christianity and
coming
Islam.
from somebody, one source, right? It's just coming from one being's decision that we're gonna flip this and we're gonna make it into this, and we're gonna have it. Everybody's gonna believe this. It's through programming and mind control and fear that they make us
Mhm.
believe in it, right? The okay. So think about this. Here, I'll give you another one. You see the thank you guys for the follow and gift. Thank you. The Islam, right? In Mecca and Medina, they have the big square, the black.
Yeah, the
Okay,
big box.
what is that?
I don't know. It's just a stone. It's some kind of stone.
That is Metatron's cube.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah, what they do with it? Like
It's,
this
it's
keep chanting.
yeah, it's evil. It's all dark stuff. Don't you get it? Now the thing is, if you go research on it, you'll see that Metatron is an asshole.
Oh.
So this is what it is. There's so many things that are there. It's just that we have to, as we wake up and we come to, uh, realize more and more that this is just all a mess that was created to keep us in this trap. We get away from it. You get away from the belief system. You fall away, and you see more and more Christians and more Muslims are getting away from their own belief systems because there is a lot of oppression. They're being
Yeah,
oppressed.
no, that's true. The
they
history, Church of England, right? What
they
they
get
did.
treated so badly, right? And it's
They
very
treated
hard.
women very awfully.
Yeah, and it's really really bad. And the thing is that this is across the earth. They're not even, it's not even like, oh, it's only Christians or Islam. It's even us. You see how many feticides they have, how many women, how many children. Like it's everywhere because, like I said, the attack is on the mother and her children, and those who are supposed to protect, which is the men, have been turned into predators. So our own are attacking us instead of protecting us. This is what the patriarchy has done. You see? So as people wake up, as more and more women take the power back and more men align to their divine feminine aspect and their higher version, it comes back into balance. And this is what we're trying to do.
I mean, you look in the Western culture, people believe the man should dominate over a woman.
Well,
Like,
it's in ours too. It's not just in Western. Everywhere is like that. I grew up with my entire family. Okay, my aunts, my uncles, everyone in my family. All the men think they wear the pants, they dominate. My mother used to wake up in the middle of the night and cook for my father. 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, right? Whatever time he came home, he expected a hot meal. So my mother would be cooking. You see, this is something that has to go away. This belief system that women are not smart enough, they're not worthy, they're not, somebody you need to treat fairly, that needs to go away. You see? Because it literally is an attack on the mother and the children. It's not just the mother alone; it's the children too, and the man too. Because you're being attacked if you are not a protector and you're being turned into a predator. You're being controlled. Mind
ego,
control.
narcissism.
Yeah, mind control. Completely. But it's in the head. Remember, MK Ultra is real. This is not BS. So this is the stuff that people have to understand, that as we try to, because this is what's happening in a lot of platforms right now, is people are raising their religion. Oh, our religion is good, our religion is this, our religion. Like, I've been in different ones, and everywhere there's something similar. And I think to myself, it's not about that. It's about people. It's about the human race. It's about creation. Everything is coming from the same one source. How are you sitting here, separating and saying one is better than the other? Hello, isn't that how they have controlled us? By dividing us and ruling us and controlling us, making us think less of the other ones? Why are we doing that? We have to get away from that idea and that, the mindset, right? Yeah, it's Tripsy. It's all the technology, isn't it? Your TVs, your devices that you use, your cell phones, your tablets, right? The technology. They removed the lead paint from our walls, right? They removed that a while back, way back, because they knew.
But the Abrahamics believe the completely different. They believe in the idea. They're more like ideology. How do I say it?
idea like
Ideology.
yeah, ideology, like
Philosophy.
idols, but that's everywhere though, beta. You have to disconnect from the idea that you need somebody outside of yourself to make you feel that you're protected, you're taken care of. You are the one doing it, nobody else is.
Mhm.
You're the god, you see. You are the creator because we have conscious awareness. We are creators of our reality. Hey Karina, hi. Is man, you really have to go within. I don't know if you meditate or not, or if you do spiritual work at all, but you should try going within yourself. And you know what, I can do a healing for you to connect you as well.
But peace and harmony will come when the
No,
other
there's
side also wants peace and harmony, in my
no.
opinion.
So the idea is this. Look, so this is something. There's a lot of different constructs that humans have been given to make us think, right? That we are. Um, it makes like their conveniences or their way of making excuses. Like, okay, this balances this. Like, for instance, they say dark balances the light. Thank you for the dolphins. Thank you so much. But the reality is this, right? When you turn a switch on in a room, right?
Mhm.
There's light, right? You can't have darkness.
Yeah.
Only one can exist in a space at one time.
Hmm.
There's no balancing. There's no way to balance it. So the idea yin and yang, that Chinese whatever it is not real because you are showing duality. Duality means more than one. We are oneness. If you're one, then you cannot be two. Do you get it? Now, they also use that, right? They use that for racism, right? Nobody on this planet is black or white. The color black and the color white, there is not a human that looks like that. But look, they used it against us. They made us hate each other because of it, right?
Hmm.
So that's another one that they use. Elite use it as a checkerboard pattern as well. I don't know if you've seen it or not. These are mind control stuff. Do you see? The way they do things.
Just to control you.
Yeah, it makes you see things differently. Okay, symbolism. There's symbolism, right? There's words, there's spells, there's curses, there's a whole bunch of things they use. So this is just an example. Another thing they've given us is karma. Think about
Yeah.
karma for a second. See, karma only exists, right? If there is evil happening. Think about
True.
it. If you are good, you are being kind and compassionate to everyone. You are making sure that you are doing everything with conscious awareness, right? Where is karma? Do you see what I'm saying? Karma is cause and effect, which means if you hurt someone, then it's going to come back and bite your ass. But if you are kind and compassionate, there is no need for karma. Hey, Sonia. Much love, light to you too. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, Arlene.
Hmm.
So this kind of shit they've given us is so that we can continuously stay in this loop. This idea that we can use them as excuses. Oh no, you have this karma, so this is why you're living a horrible life. Fuck that. Nobody's supposed to live a horrible life. Why live a horrible life? What's the point? What is the highest frequency and vibration? Joy and happiness. If if you hey Martin, I was wondering who it was. You got a whole different thing going on here. if you um if you're living in joy and happiness, right, then you're living a good life. Nobody likes a miserable life. Nobody likes a life full of stress, right? Nobody wants to be always worried, right?
Yeah.
So the idea of this entire life is what? Live a life of joy and happiness. So if you're going to be there, right, then all of this, none of it is okay. The what we have been given as how we should live our life by the so-called authority figures, right? It's all false. It's a false matrix. They're making us live a bullshit life. Bullshit. We are
So
in survival mode.
basically, we're living in slavery. If you think.
We are slaves. This is what I'm saying. We are living a life of survival, right? We are supposed to be thriving on this planet because everything on this planet is given to us as our birthright, right? So everything on this planet is ours to use as we need. But what we've been taught to do through this inversion is that we abuse it. You see, we've been taught that things are not worthy. Races, species are not worthy of life. They don't deserve to live as long. They don't deserve to be treated right? It's all an imbalance, complete imbalance. So there is continuous friction. There is continuous fight. There's continuous unaliving. There's continuous wars. You tell me, if we put a whole bunch of mothers in a room, right? And you tell them that two countries are not agreeing to something, what should we do? What do you think your mothers are going to tell people to do?
Sort it out.
Exactly. The last thing they're going to suggest is to go to war. Do you see what I'm saying? But if you put a whole bunch of men in the same room and tell them two countries are not getting along, what should we do? They'll go to war. That's patriarchy. Do you see what I'm saying? There is no need of wars. Why are look who is lost at war? Think they recruit kids, right? Very young kids are recruited to go to war.
Brainwash.
Right? Now think about it. So we as parents are losing our children.
Yeah.
The future of humanity. Do you get it?
Yeah, that is very true.
So who you think your politicians care if you don't make it and you don't come back from war? You think they care? No, they'll give you a medal. They'll give your parents a medal, make you into this. Oh, he was a hero. What hero? You think when you're unalived and you're on the other side looking at your parents suffering, your siblings crying, everybody is so upset, you think you are going to look at them and say, oh, I am a hero? Or are you going to wish you hadn't done what you did and fight a war for who knows what? And because they're all assholes in the politics.
Man.
Huh? Think about it. All of it is a game. And you get sucked into it because they make everyone feel they're important. You see? Humans like that. When somebody raises you up and makes you feel, you're special, you're this, you're that, people like that. You see, this is what happens. And kids get convinced easily because you're young, right? You're young, you're 16, 18, and you're being told, if you join the army, we'll pay for your education, we'll give you a place to live, we'll do this, we'll do this. You get convinced. And you think, okay, you're very studious and you want to achieve something, right? So, and he's going to help you. So you think, okay, this is going to make it better for my parents, less stress, this, that, right? And then what? And then off you go, and who knows where it's going to end up.
True.
So this is, everything has to remember, your life is so important. You didn't come here to fight a war like that, where there's nothing at the end for you. And no parents want that, but they still send the kids, and kids sometimes, convince their parents. So so important that we see things for what they are, not what we are being told.
Yeah, I agree, but I still have my little bit I have my different opinion.
No, it's fine.
I think that our way of thinking dharmic people are different from Abrahamic, because Abrahamic, I, they believe in objective control also of women. Isn't there isn't there a verse, Bible, and I think that during ancient time, right? If I'm not mistaken, in ancient India,
Yeah,
women were given a lot more. Women were given a lot of freedom, if I'm not
that's
mistaken.
what I'm saying. We had matriarchy.
Yeah,
Matriarchy means the women lead, the women make decisions, right?
and that same tradition is still protected in Kerala and some
Yeah,
parts of India.
down south, yes. Down south,
Yes,
yes. Up north, not so much.
The British tried to change it, and
No.
but they said no. They protected that part of tradition. A lot of the south
Do you know that
parts,
the
maybe
south,
Goa
the
and
south,
some northeast states.
yeah, they're
Uh,
very, very few though. Up north and northeast, like they're very few. Down south,
north is like not visible because north they were very colonized.
yeah. Um, like down south, you know that Tamil was the first universal language spoken
Yeah.
in the whole of this earth. Tamil was the
Yes.
language spoken everywhere until they changed it.
Yeah.
And now we have the bullshit language called English, which is full of spells. That's why it's called spelling, because they spell you. Every time you speak, you get spelled if you're not careful. This is what it is. The English language is completely that. And this is why we have to be very careful with how we are presenting our words.
Like
Starlight, that's awesome.
Karnataka state,
Karnataka.
Kannada, right? They tell Tamil people that our language is the oldest. They fight with Tamil people.
Yeah, and
They
the
have a
sad
beef
thing
with
is
each other on it.
they're the same. They come from the same part of the world, right? But
Yeah,
they
but
all like want to
Karnataka and
be,
Tamil
yeah.
Nadu have a problem with each other
Yeah,
because
this is what I'm
they says no,
saying.
our language is the oldest.
You
No,
see,
we're the most.
they keep dividing people. It doesn't matter where you are on the earth. They keep dividing people, right? They want they don't want harmony, because if you get, imagine if everybody on the earth got along, everyone was doing the right thing, and being there for each other, supporting and helping and watching out for each other, right?
Uh-huh.
There'll be no need for anybody, no politicians, no nobody. Right? That's where the problem is.
Politicians lose their power then.
Exactly, but if they lose that, they lose everything. This is what the problem is. They don't want to lose, you see, because this earth has a lot of resources, natural resources that they use. You see?
Do, do we have
So
more natural resources than we know of? Probably.
so let me just say this. So we have gold, which is something that we humans, we eat it in our sweets, right? But gold is a very powerful aphrodisiac. Okay, I'm gonna call it that, but it literally is something that the Anunnaki gods use for themselves. Okay, these are things that have a very high frequency and vibration. Same with crystals, right? So all of this stuff grows in the belly of the Mother Earth, and other planets don't have this. This is why they control us. You see, this is what they take away from humans.
India still has the largest golds, right? If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
yes, because our country, every home has gold because we believe that we have to give that as a dowry to our kids when they get
Yeah,
married,
Indian
right?
women own
Yeah.
11% of
So
the
we have a
global.
lot of gold, but there's also a lot that the Vatican stole and took, and in I think it was early 1900s, late 1800s, when they'd taken everything from here. In the United States, they took everybody's gold and turned the currency into fiat currency, I believe it's called, which is worthless. It's just paper. Before it was backed by gold, now it's not. It hasn't been for many years. So it's just paper. Anybody can print it. I mean, nobody does it, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they literally took all the gold from everybody that had it way back. So there's so much that we don't need all of this stuff. Actually, we don't need others to tell us how to live our lives. Basically, we need to do this on our own. We are intelligent, consciously aware beings who have the information, right? So we shouldn't have to depend on um, any kind of
Other.
authority. Anyway, guys, give me a break. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom because I've drank. Look, my tea. Look at the size of this thing.
Okay.
But I'll be right back. You guys can chat. Does anybody else want to come on here? Maybe share or something. If you do, just request. I don't think I have any of my mods here, but I'll be right back. Okay, give me a couple of minutes. But did you eat your fruit? Was it enough? Is it good? You want potato chips? They smell like sandalwood. Is that it? Hold on, I'll get it. Yeah. Give me a second. The bar, right? You want the bar? Yeah. I know, I like it. All right, guys. So, all right, I had to give my kid a couple things. Um, so yeah, let me just say this. I just posted about a retreat that I'm planning. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's from May 3rd to the 6th, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be. Hold on. It's gonna be up in New Hampshire, guys. So if anyone's interested in coming for it, just send me a message, okay? And I'll send you the information for it. I done it last year, springtime, and we had a lot of fun. So just check it out. And Rose, I was wondering who it was. Good to see you on YouTube. I'm glad you shared it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys. So remember, everything has come from divine feminine energy. If you are still thinking that there is a God figure out there, there's a father figure out there who's created it, you need to just wake up out of that, okay? Because there's no way that is possible. Everything has come from divine feminine energy. Everything on this planet and everywhere, not just here, everywhere that has been created has come from a divine feminine energy. The inversion has given us the idea that it has come from a father figure, but it is not true. It cannot happen. Also know that all of creation is created by divine feminine energy. So all the cosmos, everything in the galaxies, universes, yes, they're different races and all of that stuff, true, but it is coming all from the mother. Now, having said that, I'm getting a little cold. Having said that, there is sorry, too much truth. There is the beings that we see, or not see, but have been taught that they are alien. They're not. They're not alien. They are part AI. They are created by the dark. They are demonic beings. This is the stuff that is interdimensional. They do exist in our dimension as well. Some people have witnessed things. We have had abductions, all of that stuff. This is not done by alien beings. It is done by beings that were created by the dark, that we think are aliens, okay, like the Greys or the praying mantis beings. These beings are not. They're not. They're not aliens. Aliens have always been around. They've existed on our planet, and we are them, right? And there's never been a time where they've ever attacked us or would ever attack us or harm us in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so the ones that harm, the ones that have abducted, the ones that have attacked or done wrong, are not. They're not beings of light. These are beings created to create fear, to create, negativity. And they've kind of made us think, because of these beings, that's we might have like an alien invasion or whatever. It's all bullshit. It's not true. It's never really going to happen. And the intention for us is to make sure that we don't allow it to happen, right? This is why I tell everyone, collapse those timelines that are negative, collapse everything that is harmful for ourselves and our creation. Look, all of us are creator beings, all of this is our creation, okay? And it is so important, especially for the divine feminine, to understand this, because we have to be the ones who rise, wake up, rise, and take our power back. Once we do this, then we are able to pull the masculine out of this mess as well. Okay? Because remember, the masculine comes from the divine feminine. And if we are fully aligned, it's just like if you are healed, then you are also healing the collective as well. Mermaids are real, and mermaids are part of the demonic beings, and also it's really, remember. So what is a mermaid or a merman, right? It's a mix of a DNA, right? So what they've done is they've mixed the DNA of a human and a fish to create a species or a race that is half human, half fish. This is all it is. This is why I say that what they're showing us as beings that are alien, right? These are not alien beings, you see. And the other thing is this, I'm not saying all of them are demonic. There are some that are really not good. I mean, I'm glad we don't get to see them or, be in our reality or whatever. They do fish them, okay? The elites eat them as food. So they do fish them. But the thing is that this is stuff that we never get to see, you see. So, yes, all of this stuff, remember, nothing that you have heard of on this planet is a made up bullshit. Everything that you've heard is real. The only the only thing is that we don't have the ability to see it, or it is in a different reality, different dimension, different time and space, right? So this is what it is. This is why when we start seeing with our third eye, right, we're able to, like they say, remote view or or astral travel, right, project or whatever. You are able to go and see this. Now the thing is this, you can see things that are of higher dimension or lower. You just have to make sure you're putting the intention, you know of not going where you shouldn't, obviously. But this is what this is all about, right? um so the idea is that you have discernment, right? This is why I tell people not to channel, because who are you channeling? You see, when your telepathy wakes up, right, is the first thing they'll connect to, and is telepathically, if you're being talked to, right, you can't see who is talking to you. This is why a lot of people who get telepathically talked to, when they say this to a doctor, or they go and talk to a family member, they're going to tell them that they're schizophrenic. They're not schizophrenic. They're just tapping into other dimensions, and they have the gift of telepathy, right? So they're able to hear, and sometimes it's multiple beings, not just one, right? This is why you have to make sure, one, you don't allow uh, anyone access to your upper chakras, right? You don't allow anyone to tap into your ear chakras or even your upper chakras. I know everybody wants to have the third eye open or the crown, and they want to be awake fully, whatever. Align and heal, yes. But you don't necessarily have to have those channels open, because once you open your channels, right, you have the ability to have someone channel through is very, very strong. And if you don't have control over your own mental channels, which happens when you wake up telepathically, right? Um, I had to heal people who have had no control, and I've had to get rid of whatever the heck is coming through and close the ear chakras, right? So, and sometimes it's not easy because they're very persistent. Thank you so much for the gifts, Karma. So, yeah. Anyway, how do you know it's telepathy? So, okay, I want you to do this, right? In your mind right now, right? I want you to speak but don't say it loudly. Just say it in your mind. Let me know if you heard what you said. Right. So that's telepathy. Now listen to me. You know that you were the one speaking to you, right? You know that that was your thought. Your thought, whatever you said, and you heard that. Now, when you're in a state where you're able to quiet your mind or calm your mind down completely, right? Because we as humans have what we call a monkey mind. Our mind is always going. Like if I tell you right now, don't think of pizza, right? All of you are gonna start thinking about pizza because that's how our mind is, right? Whatever you're told not to think of or whatever you're told not to focus on, you focus on that, right? So when you are able to quiet your mind, when you're able to make it still, right? So there's no thoughts, is when you can literally catch what is yours and what is somebody else's, right? If something is fed to you. Now let me give an everyday scenario, right? Imagine you having a fight with a family member, right? You guys are going back and forth, arguing or whatever. And then the fight ends, or you guys decide you're going to just walk away from whatever. One goes this way, one goes the other way, right? And then observe this. After the fight, you walk away from there, observe your mind, okay? You'll see that your mind is going to continuously keep feeding you negative thoughts. It's going to keep saying negative things about that person you just had a fight with. Stuff like, oh, you remember that time, last week or whenever, how mean they were and what they did and how awful they were and they're so, bad or whatever, right? Those are not your thoughts. Those are not your thoughts. Those are being fed to you. What happens when you have this kind of continuous thoughts going through your head? Is going to create more friction between you and that person. Is going to create more animosity, right? This is mind control. This is what they call MK Ultra or mind control and programming. You see? This is the stuff that you need to get away from. Now, how do you get away from this? This is why we say you meditate, right? You bring your mind to stillness. So the way I do it is like this. I just ask my mind, I literally ask my mind, be quiet and still. I have no need to think right now, right? And there's nothing, blank. I have a completely blank mind, right? So some people have the ability to do that because they've gotten to that stage in their journey where they're able to quiet the mind. Not everybody is there yet. So if you're not, it's okay. But you have to make sure that you're practicing, because what happens is as you get good at it, you are now able to discern what is your thought and what is being fed to you. And a lot of the times is the negative stuff that is fed to you that is not yours, because this is how they control humanity, through programming and mind control, right? This is how they are able to make sure that you're never in your power. And you're also um, staying low vibrational, right? Because the situation, is such that you can't be high vibrational because you're constantly in like a fight and flight mode, a survival mode, right? There's always stuff happening in your life that doesn't allow you to have that peace, that quietness. So when you meditate, it helps you quiet. It helps you slow down. And when you slow down your mind, you have a better chance of making it completely be quiet. So this is what this is. So try to practice this, see how it works out, right? Joe, I don't understand. I think that's Spanish. I'm not Hispanic or Portuguese by any chance. I know my name is kind of deceiving, but that was my married name. I've never learned the language, so, but I think you're saying hi. So yes, hi to you right back. Um, Leo is being entertained. I'm glad I can entertain. You never know who might wake up, right? Anyway, so yes, so the idea for you as a light being, every light being, every human actually, is to be in control of your own mind. Because once you have the control over your mind, then you are able to then create what you want, right? This is why we are creators, because through our thought and imagination and words, we create what we want as our reality. This is literally what this is. So know that it's important to control this, fully control your own mind. Don't allow nobody to come through, okay? And you can ask if you have a situation where you are being telepathically communicated to, you have not consented to it, you can ask yours, mighty I am presence. Just say, mighty I am presence, please close all of my ascended mental channels. No one channels through without my permission, because this way you're able to make sure that you don't have anybody coming through without your consent. That's pretty creative, Paige. I think it is, Paige. Hey, Aryan. Anybody have any questions or anything? Guys, I have on my TikTok, and if you're on YouTube and you're interested, I do have a detox and healing tea that I've put together, that I sell. If you're interested, go check out my TikTok. Is pinned at the top. Okay. Um, it helps you heal from everything. Okay. It also helps you get rid of parasites, all heavy metals, nanobots, whatever you might have that's toxic in your body. It helps you detox from all of it, as well as heal from any imbalance and dis-ease in your body. Okay, so go check it out, and if you're interested, send me a private message and I'll send you the information for it. um, I'm only shipping within the US right now, so if you're not in the US, then just go check out the ingredients, which I also posted. Then you can put a tea together for yourself and take that. Okay. Hey, Micah. And then also, I do custom wire wrapping, guys. I do wire wrap jewelry of crystals, healing jewelry, protective jewelry as well. So if you're interested in that, I do have. Let me see if I can post it here. I'm gonna write it down here. You can go check it out on this TikTok right here. Right there, that's my jewelry TikTok. You can go check out my jewelry over there. And if you're interested, let me know. Okay. And don't forget, I have put together a retreat which is going to be from May 3rd to May 6th. It is uh, up in the mountains of New Hampshire. It's a beautiful, beautiful resort, pretty brand new, and it's amazing place, guys. And it's only $444 for 3 nights, 4 days, and includes everything. So send me a message if you're interested, and I'll send you the itinerary for it. Okay. Oh, more on the bushy bubbles. More on the feminine creator. Yeah. So it is a mother. Okay. I'm telling you because I experience it as myself. Okay. So I know this for a fact. People can say whatever they want. A lot of people, you'll go to different platforms, or they'll talk about the creator as, oh, just an energetic, form or energy or whatever. No, no, it's a real divine feminine mother, literally, just like your Mother Earth. You see how Mother Earth is? It's exactly like that. So, the idea that people want to not see it for what it is, right? Uh, you have to see it for what it is. You can't deny, just the way you are seeing the Father as a creator. Flip, because it is a complete inversion. So flip it. Okay, that's who is the creator. That is the mother. Mother is the creator. So many beings, don't want to agree to it because it's a hard one to digest. But everyone knows there is not a being on this planet that has come from anything other than a mother. There is no way to. We are the portal. There's no way to. Okay. And remember the divine feminine. Why do we have, look at the cultures, right? Ancient civilization, right? They have the symbolisms that they walk around with, right? Look at what they have. Look at the symbolisms. Is your is the V, right? The divine feminine, the portal, right? It's the complete portal without which you can't create. Your root, sacral and solar. That whole thing is the creation, creativity. This is where it is. And the man is the opposite. That's why it fits in there. Do you understand? It's created, it's the opposite of what is inside, is what is outside. It is the part that is your creative force. But it has been demonized. It has been made into something horrible, terrible. It's entertainment. It's a play toy. It's an object. It's something to laugh at, make fun of, right? Abuse, right? But why? Think about it. I've talked of this, right? Please share the live and tap the screen, guys. Look, everything on you is dependent on the health of your root. Okay? Your entire being is dependent, the health of your entire being is dependent on that part of you, which is your root. If your root is healthy, then the rest of you, which is the rest of the tree, it will be healthy. So what is the one that they attack? What is the one that they have demonized? What is the one that they have made into something to play with, to abuse, to harm? The root, right? And once the root is affected, the root is abused, the root is harmed, right? Then all your chakras are going to get affected because fear sets in your belly, right? All the trauma, right, sets in your sacral, your solar, right? Your heart, sadness, pain, hurt, right? And your throat gets closed because you can't speak up, you can't speak your truth, you can't fight back. Your throat chakra is your truth. And if all of this is not working, how is this and this going to work? Think about it. This is why they attack the root. This is why we have to protect that part of us. This is why I'm telling you, the more and more I think about this, the idea of celibacy becomes more and more amazing to me. I swear to God, I'm like, it just makes you realize how powerful this creative energy is. It makes you realize, right, what amazing things you can achieve if you harness it instead of allowing to get harvested by others. Yes, because your inner child is that, isn't it? That is who you are. Hey, Char. Can you hear me,
Can
honey?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. It's been a while.
Yes, I was going to say that. It's been a long time. I missed you.
I know. I miss you too. It's you know what? I was gone for about a week because of TikTok jail. This is
Oh,
it's
oh,
getting a little
TikTok
old.
was up to their stuff.
Ah man, this is the third one in a row. It's like I come back
Oh,
and then
wow.
yeah. So it's a pain, and I haven't really gone and fought with them yet. But I have to figure out how to go and dispute this bullshit because I'm done with having to deal with this
Yeah.
nonsense. But guys,
Well,
I
I just
have.
came up to tell you thank you. Thank you for all of your gifts that you share with us. I thank you so very much.
Oh,
That's
you're
all I
welcome.
wanted to come up and say. I'm not going to keep you.
No, no, that's okay. I don't mind. I like it when people come on and chat. I usually am the one talking, but I do like to have people come on the panel and
Okay.
talk. It's just nobody comes. I mean, very few people will jump on. So yeah, no, it's okay. Once in a while, I get a
Because
break, right?
you give us so much good you give us so much good information. No one wants to talk. We just want to listen.
I know that's what I get. They're like, oh no, but we'd rather listen to you. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's always been like this. 7 years,
Yeah.
okay? I've been doing this for 7 years, and it's been like this.
Ooh,
It's it's yeah,
that's a
yeah.
long time.
Yeah, and it's like TikTok has this panel thing, and I think Facebook probably has it too. I've never done it because nobody ever like has come on, looking to come on and like talk or whatever. But it's it's always been me. Like I do my thing, and people ask questions or whatever if they have any. But yeah,
I also want to tell you and let your panel know and the guests that's on that I did get some of your tea. And when I got my tea, I got 2 bags. So I got a gift with my tea and the bracelet. And it was very beautiful. And I wear it every day. But your tea is excellent because I was having back pain, my lower back,
yeah,
for about since after COVID,
yeah.
and it never goes away unless I get injections.
Oh my
So
goodness!
I was every 3 months getting injections, being put to sleep,
Wow.
and getting injections. But when I got your tea, and I'm still drinking it to the day, it went away. I don't
Oh,
have the
good.
back pain. I don't get injections anymore, and I'm so grateful to you for that because I didn't know what else to do with that. I
No,
didn't
I
want to
know. It's
continue to get the injections because I don't like really to turn to that kind of thing. I don't know what that's doing. You know what I mean? That'll be something that I'll
yeah.
probably get a side effect from that later on down the line. So I
No,
didn't
no.
want to
So,
continue to do.
Char, just letting you know, right? The tea is going to get rid of all of that. Whatever
Okay.
you've had to date, right? Any antibiotics, any jabs, like injections, anything that you've put in your body till now, that is all going to get detoxed. Okay?
Okay.
Everything is going to be removed from your body with that tea, because not only are you getting detoxed, but you're also healing. This designed to do both, you see.
Okay.
So don't worry, don't think like, oh yeah, this is going to come back and haunt me when I'm older. No, no, no. That's what the tea does. This is why it makes you feel good, right?
Okay.
When you take it, because it is literally getting rid of the bad cells, and all the toxicity in your body, and it's healing that part. Whatever is damaged is healing it, bringing it back to balance. So remember, that's what it's designed to do, right? This is
Okay.
why, if you look at the testimonies I have on my TikTok and even my Facebook, you'll see people who have had tumors. The tumors are gone, right? Within a week or two. This one of I don't know if she's here or not, but she had them in her brain. She had both sides of her brain had tumors, and one side had more. Okay, I think it was the left side. And so it was last year. I think it was last year, early part of 2024. I was getting ready to leave the country to go to India, and she sent me a message saying, I need your tea because I have these tumors, right? So I
Mhm.
said, I'll ship it. So I shipped it the day before I flew out. I shipped it to her. And I left. I was gone for about a month, right? So I come back, and she sent me a message, and she's like, and I was healing her. I told her I'll heal you as well, just like I've been healing you, and everyone that
Right.
I sent tea, and everyone I talk to practically. I'm healing everyone and everything, but usually if anybody's reached out, I'm healing you, right? So she sends me a message, and she's like, I went in the hospital because the doctors told her the last MRI she had, that's that said, they give her a date like 2 weeks later or something, and they said, you come
Mhm.
in, we'll do an MRI again, make sure that it's there, and then we're going to do a surgery.
Okay.
Well, she goes in thinking that they're going to do surgery, right?
Mhm.
They do an MRI, and they couldn't find anything.
Wow.
And the doctor, the doctor is like, I don't know where it went. There's nothing here to do surgery.
That's great. That
I
is
know, right?
great.
So that's what I'm saying. So the
Yeah.
thing is that it works. You just have to, like I told you, right? That you have to
Yeah.
make sure that you're not eating the wrong things. You have to
Right.
help with the aiding with so you don't put anything that is toxic in your body. You don't put anything that's processed, or don't put anything that is going to make it not work, right?
Mhm.
If you just follow through with that, you can heal from anything. I've had somebody, this one person that I think she watches me as well. She was in a wheelchair. Okay, she's like, every time I have to go to the bathroom, I need somebody to bring me, or go anywhere, right? She's like, I cannot get out of my wheelchair. Well, I only sent her 1 week's worth of tea, right? Because she's, at the time, she was like, I can't afford to buy any tea and stuff. I said, don't worry, send me your address, I'll just ship it to you. Don't worry about it. You don't need to pay me. So I sent it to her for a week. This was in the beginning of when I started. So I sent it, and she took it for the week, and she's like, I'm able to walk, I'm able to take myself to the bathroom and take a
Wonderful.
shower. She's like, I'm able to do everything, right? And this is what we need, right?
Yeah.
This is what we want. And for me, the idea is, the more of us heal, right, from this toxic shit, because this is what has been done
Mhm.
to us, right, the more powerful we become. You
Right.
see, because you get away from that idea of, oh, I can't do anything. This is
Exactly.
what they want, and when you are in that depressed state, you're being harvested. Your energy is so low, right?
Yeah, I was so blocked up. I mean, I messaged you and I
Yeah.
needed you to, you healed
Thank
me
you.
because
Thank
I
you
was
for the
so
rose.
blocked up. I was in so much pain all the time. I couldn't even think or operate in my gifts or anything. I was just blocked. But
Yeah,
you healed me.
that's what happens.
Yeah,
But
and
look, remember, with the imbalance, there's also entities, attachments, things are always around. We are not aware because we don't see them. But when you're in a low vibrational state is when they harvest, right, your energy.
right.
So they're always around. So this is what happens. Now you become vibrant health, right? Your health
Yes.
starts getting better. They have nothing to harvest because you're in a better mood, right?
Right.
You're in a better state mentally, emotionally, physically, right? This is what it
Exactly.
is. So this is what, all this is. And I had another one that, same thing. She was in bed, with fibromyalgia, very, very bad chronic pain.
Mm.
And she, same thing. I sent her tea. She bought a bunch of jewelry from me, so I sent her a thing of tea. I'm like, just as a gift. I said, let her have it. Because she had told me she was not feeling well. I'd healed her a few times and stuff. But I was like, let me send the tea. Let her try it and see what happens. Same thing. She's like, man, I'm able to get out of bed and do stuff.
Exactly. It's like my world changed again.
Change,
It was
yeah.
like my eyes opened.
Yeah.
I could see things. My brain was working better.
Yeah.
It just everything kind of like woke
Yeah, that's exactly what it does.
up because it was just so, and I couldn't. Yeah,
That's awesome. I'm so
it
happy for you.
was real bad.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm
Thank you
glad.
so much. I just thank you.
Karma, you're welcome. No worries. How is your son doing? I don't know if you saw my message. Did he drink the tea? Or did he like it? And how is he doing? If you want to come on and share, you can. No, no force. But yeah, so yeah, if anybody
Santa, you
is,
can drop me.
yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome. No worries. Here, where are we here? There we go. Yeah, so the idea with oh, that's awesome. Is it? Do you feel like it's helped him? That's fine. Whatever of that goes in his body is going to help him. I, I think I sent you got a month's worth, right? You're welcome, Char. No, no, no meat, no dairy. You gonna go vegan and clean vegan. So I'm talking no processed vegan crap, no processed sugars. I mean, we're talking like very clean, and if raw, even better. Okay, but if you don't do raw, I want you to do home cooked, like salads, soups. You can make like beans, lentils, rice, right? Stuff that you can cook at home, but nothing that is processed. Nothing processed, nothing that is white, like no white flour, no white sugar, no, you know. I don't recommend anything outside, all right? Try to do home cooked meals if you can. And I have here, let me put it here. I have a YouTube channel with raw vegan and vegan recipes that you can go and check out. So this is my YouTube, guys. uh, you'll get ideas there. The only thing there that I ask that you don't use if you're doing the tea is tofu. Do not use tofu. Okay, that is the one thing that I've used in there that I would recommend that people don't use a lot of. I have occasionally used pumfu, which is pumpkin tofu as well. I tend to use that sometimes as well because my kid loves tofu. So I try to kind of mix. But they just came out with chickpea tofu as well. So there's you get a bunch of different ones. Yeah, that's perfect. How old is he? It's funny you say that, Librao, because I had somebody who bought the tea, and she got it. I think she got it for about a week, just a detox. And I told her 3 days, 3 days of fasting just on tea, and then 4 days she could do with food. She's like, I don't have a desire to eat anything junk. She's like, I don't have the desire or craving to eat stuff that is not good for me. right? She's like, I went grocery shopping and I stayed away from all the junk aisles. I was like, that's awesome. So it's a matter of mind, isn't it? It's a matter of mind. This is the way I'll say it, right? Can you can you give yourself out of your own life? Can you give yourself anywhere from a month to 3 months to heal yourself completely? Can you do that for yourself? Think about it. If your child was not well, would you give your everything for that child for a month to 3 months? If you can do it for your child, can you do the same for yourself? That is called loving yourself, because now you are consciously aware that your physical self, your physical body that we take for granted, deserves as much love as you give to your loved ones. Because we always tend to put ourselves last, isn't it? So remember, the only way things can change for you is if you are willing to make the changes. Then, and it doesn't all have to happen overnight, but I will say this, it does make a difference, right? Some people will go cold turkey and do it overnight and it's gone, right? That's how I did my vegan, just happened, just like that. Some people will cut out things slowly get rid of, and then eventually it's all gone, you see. Yeah, karma. That's exactly what it is. I did it for my daughter as well, and once I went vegan, then there was no going back. Right? I'd rather not. I was already vegetarian, but just not doing dairy and all that, it makes such a big difference in the health. Oh my goodness, it's like a day and night difference. It really is. Yeah, you do. And that's so true. That's why a lot of people, when they're trying to heal, will go vegan or they'll go raw, or do juicing, right? All of the stuff that helps you heal, right? Sonia, it tastes so good. You can ask Char. Char, if you're still here, and Karma, have you had the tea, or whoever has had the tea, just let Sonia know how you think it is. I love it, and my kids drink it, and we don't even put any sweetener. Okay, I don't recommend sweetener, but if you are to sweeten the tea, use agave or date syrup. Okay, don't use any processed other stuff. Um, I try not to have like regular sugars or whatever. Yeah, it smells great. It tastes great. Yeah, yeah, it is going to remember, detox means you're gonna purge. You're gonna, it's gonna clean your insides out completely. That's what it's designed to do, guys. No honey. No honey. Honey is made. Honey, they make it for themselves. We just eat it like we do everything else. Depends on you. What are we trying to heal, or is it a detox you're trying to do? Are you trying to do a detox, or are you trying to heal from something? Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. Detox. Okay, so the detox, I recommend a week's detox. Okay, the week's detox will give you, there's about between 14 and 16 spoons of of the tea mix. Okay, so it's like one cup of tea mix. So you're gonna use 2 tablespoons of the tea mix in 9 cups of water. and you're going to drink that all day. 3 days of just tea and water, no food. Okay, and then fourth to the seventh day you can introduce vegan foods, and only eat if you feel like you're craving or you're hungry, but you continue the tea all 7 days, 9 cups of tea, and you're going to drink lots of water, because remember you're detoxing, so you want to make sure you're hydrated. No, actually, third day, if you don't get energized, I'll be surprised, is all I'm going to say. On the third day, on the second, third day, if you don't feel energized, a total different. Okay, few things will happen. Let me just prepare you guys, okay? You're going to feel energy, you're also going to feel a shift in your spirituality, okay? You're going to feel like you're getting to another level in your spiritual journey. All right, so just be ready, because remember what you're doing is you're lightening your body, and with the right stuff, right? All the stuff that I've got in the tea is going to heal, so it's going to make you feel even better, right? So be ready for that, okay? Because people feel, they absolutely feel the difference. Yeah, that's exactly it. When you get hungry, drink the tea, and drink lots and lots of water. What I do is this, right? So I make my tea just like I told you guys, but I'll feel like, because I make it, when I make it, it's really hot. I'll feel like a little bit of water in my mug, and then I'll pour in the tea, so it's drinkable. Now you see how big this is, like a soup mug, right? So I'll drink the entire thing when I drink, right? Then this it clears you out. It helps you like eliminate, but you do, like, if I say this is about maybe three cups of tea or something, maybe four, like 2 or 3 of this a day, I'm good, right? Hey, Tammy. So yeah, it's everyone who's had it so far has benefited from it. So it's something that I recommend everybody have. Try, and remember, your health is really in your hands. Nobody can heal your inside except you, right? I mean, I do healings, I do free healings, guys. Whoever's new here, I do free healings, and I, do one-on-one healings. Sometimes I'll do healings where I'm healing everybody when I do lives like this, right? So, and they work, but your physical form sometimes, I'll say it like this: it's good to help your physical self detox, because of the all the different things that they try to put in our food and water and air, to make us have imbalance, right? So always, every like I would say 3 to 6 months detox, especially if you're somebody who eats meat, you know and you've had medications, the jabs, if you had the jabs, definitely need it. Definitely need the tea. Okay, that tea removes, it removes all the nanobots, all that stuff. So please, definitely detox with that. Haley Brow.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sweetheart. Love, what is your name?
Irene.
Irene. And if I've asked you this before, I apologize. I am really bad at remembering names.
No, it's okay.
Forgive me for that.
I'm so am So long. So I want to get the courage to muster up to do the tea, but the thing is, I love food.
No, I love food too. I love food too.
And I'm
So
Mexican, so I love meat. I love
yeah.
tortillas. I love, all of that. And I am having health issues, and I know I need to take care of. Um, but
You know what? Okay, so listen to me. I'm gonna put my YouTube channel here again for my
okay,
raw veganista battle. This is YouTube right there. You know what? I
okay.
tried to pin it. I couldn't pin it. Let me see. Uh,
I have another question.
oh,
So, when you tend to be a light person, or somebody who wants to do good, or is a light being or whatever, you seem to attract darkness.
right, because you're
And
shining so
that's
bright.
how do you like? It's like how do you? It's hard to like.
Protect yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so listen to me, and this is for everybody here, okay? And anybody you come in contact with, right?
Uh-huh.
Who's also on the journey. This journey is for empowering yourself, isn't it? Is empowering yourself as the true creator. So, what I want you to see is like this. Imagine you are the creator.
Hmm.
Would you fear things or the things would fear you?
Okay, that makes sense.
Imagine
No,
how powerful you are.
okay,
So
you're right. Okay.
your light is so amazingly powerful. Look, what have I told you guys? Your light is unconditional love, is your weapon,
Uh-huh.
is your healing tool, is your protection.
Hmm.
Okay? It's all of it. That's how powerful you are. So if you feel okay, I'm feeling like okay, there's something negative or low vibration, or I'm around people and they're not up to par or whatever, right? Explode your light, explode it. Look, from the heart, imagine gold bursting out, right? And just let it go. Don't put a limit to where how far it goes. Imagine it's on the entire earth.
Yeah,
Okay? So can you
that's
imagine
beautiful.
who's gonna come touch you?
That's
Okay?
beautiful.
The
Yeah.
other thing I want you to always have this thought in mind. Morning and night. Okay? I am eternally shielded and protected, invisible to harm.
Okay.
And this for you, your family members, everybody. Okay?
Okay.
Because this is literally how it is. We are
Okay.
eternally shielded and protected, invisible to
Put
harm.
that in the chat because
Huh?
I forget stuff.
Yeah. So, you know what? Everything is on my TikTok, guys. I've written things there for you guys to use. So go and screenshot it. Whatever tools I've put there, screenshot it or download it. Whatever you need to do, make sure you're using it because this is a spiritual war, and you are the warrior.
No joke. And it's no joke.
No, it's not a joke, right?
No,
It's
I
real.
mean I feel it like a lot. The more I try to be light or be, good or do kind things, it just seems like, the more you get attacked, it makes it I don't know, makes it hard to.
Right, because what happens? When someone gets attacked, they get into a state of fear. It's a normal reaction, right? Because right away you are gonna feel, oh no, what the F, right? And you're trying to
Yeah.
now figure out how do I protect myself. Isn't that what happens? After you are
Oh yeah.
attacked is when you're thinking now how do I
Yes.
protect myself? Because I'm not
Yeah.
protected. But when you like what I said, when you have it in your mind that I am eternally shielded and protected, invisible to harm, right? And you burst
Uh-huh.
out of your heart that light and explode it. The way I explode it is like this, right? And I do this at night before I go to bed for my everything, all of creation. But like I say it like this, I start with I and my creation. All family members, our homes, and our surroundings. Right? I
Uh-huh.
explode my unconditional golden love light, right? Completely shielding and protecting everyone, covering the shielded mirrors with titanium inside, mirrors outside, so you're
I do
cloaked,
that. I do
right?
do that. I just
Right, you're
don't say
cloaked.
or
Now, think of
I'm
it like
saying to
this.
myself.
Yeah, so now the way I do exploding of my light, because every time I'm not gonna say all this stuff. So what I do is this. Say I feel like there's energy, right? I feel like some assholes around, right? I'll explode it out, right?
Yeah.
And I throw them outside the surroundings, outside that mirror, right?
Uh-huh.
So the bubble has formed. On the bubble is the mirror, and they're on the
Yeah.
other
I see
side of the
all that.
mirror, right? That's how
Yeah.
I visualize. Remember, imagination. Thought and imagination creates you now. So I see them outside. I throw them and I let them go and knock into trees. I can let them go and fall everywhere, right?
I
Because
like
this
that.
is
I like
me,
that.
right? I'm like, fuck off. Like, what the heck? Not in my reality, not my timeline, not my home, not my surrounding, not my body, not my toroidal field, right?
Hmm.
So this is what it is. So everyone needs to be doing this, because remember, if it is what it is that we know it's a war, and yes, we, because of the light, we get attacked because we have that, right? Then we have to do our part, right? And once you're in that state of nobody can touch me, I live in the highest dimension. This is another thing I've stressed to you guys. If you are a light being here on a journey, know that you have a purpose and a reason to be here. Then you think you come from just any dimension? No, you came from the highest dimension. So if your creator source, who the fuck can touch you? Nobody, right?
I
Yeah,
like that.
nobody can touch you, because guess what? You don't allow it. Nobody can come where I am. That's the way I float. So you get out of my reality, my timeline. I'm collapsing. I'm constantly collapsing all that is harmful for myself and my creation.
Yeah.
Right?
It
So
gets kind of, what's the word? It gets tiring. You get
no,
tired
it's
sometimes.
tiring, I understand, but make a routine, right? And don't allow, okay, this is another thing. So I had
I
someone
feel like I'm always battling. I'm
I
always battling in my
yeah,
dreams. I'm battling in the day. I'm battling everywhere.
right.
And I know that's what I have to do
So quit
to
the
change
meat.
the world.
Listen,
We
quit
have to do it.
quit the meat, quit the
Hmm.
processed stuff. It's all a spell, okay? Because it's lab created. Remember, this is how they keep you messed up. Quit drinking if you guys are drinking. Quit smoking, vaping. Quit the corn if you're watching. Quit, okay? Quit. No, I'm serious. Quit all of those things that are sexual, that are allowing you to be harvested
Oh, I thought you meant
and
real
have
corn.
attachments. Yeah.
I'm like, no tortillas? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, no tortillas is right. You know what I'm talking about, kid. Stop it.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking food, not.
Yeah, you foodie, you.
Oh,
Oh, I love it. And let's see if Martin wants to say something. He's come on.
okay,
Hey
let's
Martin,
millennials talk. Thank
you,
you. I appreciate it.
yes, hang out. It's okay.
You want to type all that, so thank you.
First, I would
Hey,
I
what's
would like
happening?
I would like
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I was just making sure that someone wasn't talking. But how you doing, Paddle? How you?
Doing good. I'm always a happy go lucky kid.
Right. I got something for you, but uh, I want to give something to Libra first. Uh, Libra, sometimes we attract certain energies by doing certain things. Okay. And things, what I've noticed in my life is at, at the going through a level up or going through to the next phase, then there's some challenges that aren't normally there. And I realize when they happen that they're cyclical. At the same time, I have no expectation on having them because once I develop an expectation, then the energy is going to return, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you're aware enough to know that it's rare that you're going to get a return of energy, of identical energy from the people that you help. For me, it always comes from somewhere else. At the same time, I try to be careful not to reaffirm things. Some things I refuse to say.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to reaffirm them. Because once I reaffirm them,
Yeah,
I got this.
it's
I'm
like
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it's like where your thought, where your energy and your thought goes is what creates, right? So that's what you are trying to say. So you don't want to do that, right? So I'll give you an example. I have somebody that I have been healing for a few months, no, a long time, but initially when things went wrong with her, this was through channeling. She used to channel, and I've been saying don't channel for years. Okay, this is not a new thing I do. I've been telling people do not channel, do not channel, do not channel, right? Anyway, she had her own spiritual practice, and she was doing her own thing, and she got off track. She used to follow me and be on my lives and stuff, and then she got off track. And then when she got off track, it was like maybe a few months, and all of a sudden this thought occurs to me, where is she? So I sent a message out on my page. I'm like, do you know where Kay went? Where's Kay? Is she okay? I get a couple messages from a couple of her friends saying she's badly attacked through her channeling, right? Anyway, these beings who she was channeling, they were from lower astral. So and she was not aware of it. You see, this the deception is real, right? So anyways, this I stayed on top of her. I told those two ladies that her friends, because they would try to help, but then they'll get attacked, so they'll come to me. And initially when they came, they were like, oh, I don't like what I'm hearing. She's speaking gibberish, and it was getting really, I think, were you one of them, Karma? I don't remember. But anyway, so the idea is this. I continuously stayed on her. It took 2-3 months for me to get her out of that mess. Okay, but the attacks are happening. They're being done by beings who pretend to be light beings. You see, there are many light beings who have been sucked in by the dark, and they think they're light beings who are doing the work of the light, but they're not. They're being used by the dark side, right? So, this is what the problem is. Now, the thing is this, and I was in touch with one of these people myself initially. So, I know how she got sucked into it herself, right? But the thing is, me, I disconnect. Like, if I don't resonate with what people are doing or saying, I don't stay there. I'll walk away from that, and it's just who I am. I don't. I'll not give any energy to that stuff, right? So I walked away from that, but she didn't. She actually went and joined, and she felt like she was being supported through this person. But it turned out that they actually attached things to her. Anyway, to this day, she has these beings that they everywhere. They follow. They do all this bullshit, right? Yeah, they everywhere. They do the same to me. They outside. I see them. Whatever, right? It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. As far as I'm concerned, I have an entourage of protectors. That's the way I see it. So you want to fly
Right,
with me when I'm going somewhere? Please fly. I don't give
right.
two fucks. You know what I'm saying? So
And I'm one of those soldiers. But if you weren't finished, continue. But I got something to tell you.
yeah, so anyway, so my thing is this, and I continuously tell her, I'm like, stop putting thoughts to them. Because when you do that, you allow them in your timeline. You allow them to hang out in your reality, right? This is what this is. Don't give any energy, don't put any thought to it. Remove that from your reality. Jump out of the timeline. This is the way I do it. I jump out of, I collapse this timeline and I jump into a better timeline. A timeline of sovereignty and freedom, timeline of joy and happiness, timeline of eternal protection, right? This is what you have to do. Go
I
ahead.
feel like I've been dealing with this like
Sorry?
my entire life. So it just
You feel
sometimes it
like.
gets tiring, and it's hard
No,
to
I know
find
because it's aggravating.
people
You're like,
that are
fuck this.
like-minded, and it feels good to have people that are like-minded
Yeah.
that are going through the same thing.
Have I done
Because
a healing on you? I did.
no,
Let's
no.
do that. Send me a message. We'll set up a time for you for to do a
Today?
healing.
Yeah, not today. Probably on my day off.
No, no, not today. I'm just saying, send me a message. We'll set a time up to do a
Okay.
healing because you just need a little bit of clearing and probably close some of those channels that allow them to hang around you, right? And kind of close off whatever is allowing them to attach to you. But like I said, all the things I mentioned, guys, all of those will allow entities and attachments to be harvesting you. So please
Mm-mm.
make sure
Get
you
out.
quit all of that nonsense. Yeah, really.
Like you said, walk off.
Spell, yeah.
You know, every 3 months or so, I cancel all agreements.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and what
Agreements,
and
contracts.
what I call peddling myself is energy direct.
Yeah,
And we move energy directly without using any rituals and stuff like that.
right.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why. Let's say you had the worst toenail fungus ever, and I gave you a ritual for toenail fungus, and it worked perfectly, and it cleared up your toenail fungus. But what you didn't know was the small print of what you agreed to when you agreed to my toenail fungus medication. And that's what these entities and people do. On the backside of these rituals, or on the top, or on the bottom, or, whatever you're not concerned about, you're agreeing to that too without realizing it. So, what I do is, I said, if anyone else can move energy directly, I can move energy directly. I don't need anybody's religion or rituals because I don't know what else I'm agreeing to. So it's identical to what Peddle is saying. We just made language it a little different. So I don't agree to anything but love. Second thing is, I was thinking that Peddle works so hard and spends so much time and so much resources helping people that I just wanted to support her tonight. And I said, well, what do you give the girl that has everything? So,
Thank you for the dolphins.
right,
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
they were symbolic.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, I had to throw the dolphins in there, but Pedal, if you ever need my energy to do something faster, stronger, windier, sunnier, if you ever need a supportive or complimentary energy, then do not fail to contact me.
Oh, of course. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, because I mean, nobody, it, the super empathics, I won't say nobody helps them, but everybody assumes that we're okay.
They don't
Yeah.
understand how hard it is.
No, yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And sometimes we're okay, not okay, we're always okay.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's just good to know that there are people out there that understand and there are people out there that love you and love what you do.
Oh, I
So
appreciate that. Thank you.
I just want to say to you, Pedro, I love you and I love what you do. I'll land my
Thank
plane
you. I
right there.
appreciate that. Right back at you. No, it's true though. I will say this, and I've said this before in my other lives, way back, is that for us to come and do what we do, right? One, it takes us to make the time come to. I do it because I know this is what I am here to do, right? But I also ask people, when you see that I've gone missing for a couple weeks or a month, this happened way back a few years ago. I went off Facebook for, I don't know, maybe a year or something. Nobody checked on me to see if I was around, what happened, right? So I said, look, this is literally the reality of humanity. How quickly you can get forgotten. Do you see? It doesn't matter how much you're bending backwards for people or helping people or doing good for the people or whatever. As soon as you are MIA, they forget you existed, right? And so this is what it is. I don't typically ask for people to heal me or whatever, because I have to protect my energy. So I am very careful who I reach out for things like that. But it always feels good when somebody will reach out and say, hey, how are you doing? You doing okay? Just checking in, stuff like that. It makes you know that there's someone out there, right? Because look, we are trying to come together as a family, but the family thing is sometimes only in name, it's just words, right? It feels like that sometimes because people get so busy with life that they don't realize that it makes a difference. It makes a difference, just having that there is someone, that you could reach out if you needed to, so yeah, don't forget people. That's what I'm saying, because it's always, literally, that is what is the problem on this earth, is that we are being taught to just think of us and our own, and not worry about everybody else. This is what the disconnect is. So if we have to come together as communities, if we have to come together as oneness, as people, then we need to think and feel and be that, right? And not pick and choose, like, okay, this one's good, this one's bad, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. There are many people, they'll say, oh yeah, I had a miss, I had an argument with so and so, so I blocked them. It doesn't matter to me. You do you, I do me. It's all good, right? And whatever resonates, take. What doesn't resonate, move on. It's not a big deal, you know. We don't have to, look, judging, being critical, whatever. Where is it getting anyone? It doesn't get you anywhere. All you're doing is just putting out your opinion out there. How people take it, how they perceive it, is really up to an individual. So I do what I do, and then, the rest I leave to whoever's listening. And if you're hanging around, and, if what I say or what I share helps, which is what my goal is, to help heal and to unite people, to make you understand oneness. Hey, Empress, because that is what's important, right? Spell woman, I don't know. I don't believe in a father god, so I don't know what all that is. Anyway, Sonia, did you want to share, my love, or have a question? Thank you, thank you, thank you for the dolphins. I love it. So cute.
Yes, both. My question is like, I'm new to this journey, but I'm really struggling. I think I get in my own way because I'm an overthinker. I'm a
Yeah.
helper by nature, and I just don't know how to get out of my own way.
What? So
And
you said you just started your journey, right? So
uh-huh.
like, how long has it been? Oh, thank you.
Well, about 6 months, I would
Oh
say.
wow. Okay, so you're really
I
new to
was
this.
really in the church, and it's
Ah,
just like, I wasn't content.
right.
I was just, always searching and looking for
Yeah.
something else.
So what is getting in your way right now? Are you not comfortable with the idea that you have to get away from religions? Is it like, what is really giving you a hard time
Um,
with this journey? Like, I
I can't
remember.
really, I'm raising, all my kids are grown, and I'm raising three grandkids.
Ooh,
Um, and working, and I kind of like secluded myself from family to a certain extent because there was a lot of issues
yeah.
and I didn't want to be involved in. So I'm actually a homebody. I even work from home, but it's like in my meditations, I can't get still enough, if that's the word, to hear or go within.
Yeah.
It's like such a struggle for me, and I feel like it's some type of blockage. I just can't, identify or know exactly, but it's just what I feel,
Okay,
and I'm
so
just not comfortable with it.
but you know that you are on a spiritual journey, that everything that you have known and know is a lie, and that we are trying to get out of that mess of the matrix. So yes, you are already on track. Blockages, definitely, because you're too it's too early in your journey, so there is a lot that needs to be disconnected from you, right? What I recommend is, you let me do a clearing for you, right? And then we're going to see where that brings you, because the idea is to get you out of the, like you said, you're getting in your own way. So this is like negative paradigms and timelines. So when I do a healing for people, I clear you, I get you out of that state into a positive timeline, positive paradigms, right? So then you
Okay.
have clarity, okay? You have the ability to figure out what to do, how to go about things. It's another level of being on the journey. So let's do that. Let's get that done, and then let's see where you go from there.
Okay.
Pedal.
All right. So just send me a message, and we'll do a one-on-one.
Okay.
Let me know what time zone you're coming from, though. Okay.
I'm in Central Time Zones. It's like 11:52 my time.
So 1 hour. We have a
Okay.
1 hour difference. Yeah, so we can figure out what's a good time. Tiff, thank you for the rose, my love.
Pedal,
Yeah,
can I ask something really quick on meditation, if you don't mind?
yeah.
All right, so I got 2 degrees. I've always been a nerd, but my mind has always jumped around. So I can't meditate in complete silence because my mind will continue to jump around. I meditate to music. Music works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Flutes work for me. Tuning forks work for me. Sound bowls work for me.
Yeah.
But not. But here's the other thing that I really want you to take away from me. It's your journey. This is not a cookie cutter thing.
Yeah,
So
no,
when you
it's
say
not.
you can't do something, that just means you can't do it the way someone else does it.
Right.
That
And
just means that you get an opportunity to find the way, the unique way that you do it, that complements who and what you are. All right, I'm gonna be quiet now, Pedro. I'm sorry.
so, you know
All
that,
right, thank
do
you.
let me just say this. You brought up meditation. I don't meditate. I have never meditated. And I never, like what I mean by meditation is sit down and, you know, do that oh and the silence, whatever. I've never done that because for me meditation is everything. Okay, everything I do is meditation. I can be doing meditation while I'm dancing, while I'm going somewhere. Like this is how it works for me, right? I don't need to be like sitting quietly for things to happen. And I guess I don't know. It is different from for everyone. You don't have to. For me to quiet my mind, all I have to do is tell it to be quiet, and it quiets. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't have to sit down for a half hour for it to get quiet. I can quiet it when I need it to quiet. So it's different for everyone. You can have it happen whichever way is comfortable for you, right? And sometimes, because I know people who actually will sit down and they'll meditate. They'll meditate for a half hour, an hour, sometimes 2 hours or longer, right? They have this way of getting there. And I taught this in one of my lives where somebody was saying, like, how do I get a focus? Because the idea is this, right? What is meditation? Meditation is focusing on your breath, right? Focusing on your breath while you're looking here. So you have your eyes closed, right? And you're focusing on your third eye and your breath. This is what brings you to that subconscious mind. But what happens is that is the hardest thing to do, right? Focusing and keeping yourself breathing in and out without your mind wandering. This is where the problem is. So, what I have taught people to do is to use a candle, right? You have a lit candle and you focus on the flame. You watch the flame. You're gonna, so don't close your eyes because you're not trying to, focus on your third eye at this point. You're doing the flame and your breath, right? And you're, make sure, I'm sorry, you have to make sure that you bring your mind back every time it wanders. And you get to 33 minutes. If you get to 33 minutes without your mind wandering, you're going to hit subconscious mind. It's a practice. It takes a while, but you will get there. Okay? So that is another way of doing it. If you're trying to really, because some people just have this going like you're an overthinker or you're always worrying, right? This is always going. And if that's the case, then you have to practice. This is why there's so many different ways of practicing things in spirituality to get you on track, right? So that's the thing. You don't fall asleep, Martin. That's the goal. The goal is to not go in a trance or fall asleep. You have to stay alert. This is how you get to that subconscious mind. You're
Yeah,
welcome,
that's the
Sonny.
other thing I do. If I don't go to sleep, I go into a trance. So
Yeah.
thanks.
That's what happens. Okay, this is why I never meditate, because I've never been able to meditate from day one. I always went in a trance. As soon as I sit and I'm trying to, like, focus, and next thing, I'm falling over. I never do it anywhere but in the bed. Because I know I'm gonna go. I'll be gone. And usually it's a trance. Okay. Usually it was trance. I haven't done it, like I said, I have not meditated in forever. But in the beginning, when everything was happening, I was just like, what the. But I could never. I had to always, and a lot of my regressions, past life regressions, a lot of my journey is, every time I got taken somewhere on a spaceship or wherever the heck I was taken, I had to be laying down, because every time I was in a state of trance.
Well,
Hey, Heaven.
I take more than you. I take more from you than I do anybody else. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, because I think I'm more like you than I'm like a lot of people that I listen to, and I don't listen to everybody. I'm weird. If they say one word the wrong way, if they're wearing the wrong color shirt, if their voice didn't hit my ear right, I'm out. Um, Question though, if it's time, and if it's not time, we'll get to it later.
No, no, go ahead. I'm here still, so no worries.
Is is twin flames a real thing?
Yes, because what it was this, right? So if you go and check the tablet of thought, right? The what is it? The emerald tablets. Well, thought had actually. So we had on Earth, we were here as twin flames, like, and when the archons came, they called the fallen angels, or whatever the heck you want to call them, right? They attacked the beings that were here, and they said to the women that if you don't come with us, then we'll unalive your men. So Thoth actually sold the women to the archons. So we were twin flames that were separated. You see? This is why in this journey, in this life, we tend to meet our twin flames sometimes, where we have this really strong connection, right? But sometimes it might turn into something, and other times it doesn't last, right? So this is what it is. This is why we say that this journey is more about individual beings, because the idea is that you heal generations, not just you. You're healing generations of you, so that when you're fully aligned as your complete self, you realize that you as an individual is enough. Because what are the repeating cycles on this earth? The repeating cycles are that men and women have been in competition with each other. We have always fought each other instead of coming in balance and harmony with each other. So we were never meant to compete, you see. We are supposed to be partners. We are supposed to be a support system to each other. But we have not been that. So unless you heal the masculine and the feminine, there's no way for us to come to that level where we can come and be like, okay, yeah, we can be together and not kill each other, kind of a situation, right? Very few people have that kind of a connection. And I'm hoping with time it's going to get better, because that's where we are going, right? This is why the waking up, this is why the remembering of who we are. so that when the time comes down the road, hopefully we will be able to, because you see right now the healing is happening, but it's happening separately, right? You'll see there'll be women's groups healing and there's men's group healing, because this is how it needs to happen until, you know, we come to a place like, I'll just say this. So, and a lot of people do this when people separate, right? When they divorce or they separate, a lot of the people rebound. You know, they'll find somebody to replace the, because they can't be alone, right? As humans, we are not meant to be alone, or we are not supposed to do this journey alone. We are social beings. But when you are awake and you separate, you know the your job, first thing you have to do is heal yourself. You cannot rebound. You cannot be with someone because you know you're bringing a baggage, right? So for me, when I divorced a year and a half ago, right, my first goal was to heal me, because the idea is, do I understand my importance? Until I don't understand that, nobody else will, right? My worth and value is defined by me now, not by somebody else. At the same time, being where I am as a spiritual being and who I am, I can't just be with anybody. I have to be able to be with somebody who is not only able to be aligned, you know, with where I am, timeline wise, dimension wise, right? The same time, it has to be the right connection too. So for me, I don't like, the last thing on my mind is being with someone. I would rather be by myself. Like I was saying earlier, celibacy for me is huge right now, because celibacy means I am in full control of my creativity and my creative force. You see, this is the way you get to become your powerful self. The more I think about it, you know, it was meant to be something that was very spiritual, but it was turned into something really horrible, which has kind of made a mess. So for us, we have to kind of, you know, align back to that version of us. So this is where I'm. But yes, twin flames, yes, soulmates, yes. And sometimes our twin flames are our siblings, right? Sometimes our twin flames are our brother and sisters. You could be born, like I'll explain to you. So my children, they share one soul, right? Both my girls share one soul. Okay, so they're like twins, but they're they're far apart in age. But you can just tell, right? The way they behave, what they do, like, you know, they're very in tune with who they are, right? They're both awake too, like they're star seeds, obviously, but so you know right away that they're like coming from one, you know, it's like a, so we are like a soul braid, so they're coming from one soul. It's interesting.
Right.
It's really interesting when, you know, when they're together and they're going at it.
Yeah,
I let them
I've
duke
got
it out.
right. I've got three boys, and all three are uh, twin flames. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
just
saying.
really,
My sisters and I, my youngest sister and I, for sure, I know we are twin flames because we are so alike in a lot of ways.
and then I got this other friend, and I haven't seen her in 5 years.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we can't ever stop communicating with each other. So I just gave up.
Oh my goodness. It's, yeah, I know, it's really it's really interesting. Like I know people who have connected with their twin flame, but they're like at the other end of the world. You know, like each one is like
Right.
opposite end of the world and they can't right like see each other. It's not easy just to jump on a plane and travel. It's not like that, you know.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
I'm curious about past life regression because I think it would answer a lot of curiosity questions that I
Right. So this is what I say to people, okay? And this is from my experience. What you do, that's yours, right? So if you decide you want to do past life regressions, always put the intention to only go to place like a life that means something to you in this life, will help you with this journey. Okay, so don't go traveling like just any place.
have. I
But
got you.
I have done past life regressions of my lives, right? And all of them are like really high dimensional ascended masters, right? The thing is all of them are traumatic past lives, right? Now
Right.
after what I experienced, because each one I come out crying like a baby, like really feeling the pain, right? Feeling it like it's happening right now. So for me, I tell people, you're better off not going there.
Mm,
Okay? And I'm telling you, it's not easy because you really do go back and experience, like, yeah, you're an observer, but your emotions come out of you like it's actually happening to you right there and then.
yeah.
So this is how it's happened with me. Now I know other people who have had past lives where they got buried alive in some earthquake or something. You know what I'm saying? Like this kind of
Right.
stuff. And I never would want to go like to that place. So I tell people, like when I do healings, my intention with the healings has always been that you will integrate your past life trauma through this life. Okay, so sometimes you know how you're sitting and you feel like crying but there's no reason for it, right?
Right.
Sometimes you feel like, damn, I'm so sad, I just want to cry. Is because your higher self, who holds the memories of every life that you ever had, is triggering you at that point to integrate that trauma and let it go. This is why sometimes we get into that state of, I just want to sit and cry. So that's how I do it through my healings. It helps you integrate it, it helps you get to the next level without experiencing it again. Because remember, there's a reason they say leave the past in the past, right? It's good to know, your past life, who you were, whatever, but people want to know because they want to know who they were, which ascended master or who they're connected to, whose fractal they have. What I want to say to you guys is this: if you are all of it, right? If you are creator source, if you're all of it,
Right.
then you're everything. What do you care which ascended master? It doesn't make any difference.
Right. I
You
get
are
that.
creator source coming together as oneness. So imagine you have your body. This is creator source, right? Now, each part of this body is somebody. This is Martin, this is Irene, this is Sonia, this is Empress, this is someone, right? Now,
Right.
as this one heals, it connects back to source. This one heals, connects back to source. This one heals, connects back to source. This one heals, connects back to source. All of us individually heal, collectively we heal, create a source, the mother. So now, where is the separation? There is no separation. This is what we are doing as a collective. We are bringing the mother who has been exploded and has been not just exploded because she comes as a lot of different beings, but is the healing, the individual healing that helps her become complete and whole again. That's what we're here to do.
Well said.
So the idea that I'm this ascended master, that ascended master, it doesn't make any difference to me. Because you know what,
I just
I
like
can be,
store. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can be all of them. And I can, okay, so this is another thing they did, right? So, and this, I actually was at this retreat a few years ago. I didn't realize what was happening. You see, they know who I am. And I'm talking about the ones who are ascended and the ones who are descended. They're well aware of my existence on this earth right now. They've known that I've been here. Okay, first the ascended came. They know, they've known that I've been here for, like, I've been awake for the 7 years or whatever. The other ones came a little later, and they are aware of me since then. Okay, this is why I tell you guys I know both sides. This is why I can do what I do anyway, because I am as powerful as I am, is why I can handle both. The idea here is this. What the heck was I going to talk about? I lost my thought. Oh my freaking god. Oh, what was I saying, guys? Do you remember what I was going to say? What was I talking about?
Well, we went from twin flames to past life regressions, and you
Oh,
said you know both sides.
so now listen to this.
We're correct connected.
So when when the initial batch came, the first Pleiadians came, right? That's my family that came, right? And they told me who I was, right? So I said, okay, first I denied it because I was like, no way in hell, I'm just a human, get away from me. I'm following a religion, believing in gods or whatever. You're not gonna make me into this being that you think you say I am. Anyway, eventually it took me, I think it was like 3 4 years, I finally admitted, okay, because I experienced some stuff. Oh yeah, I was talking about the retreat. So anyway, so these people that I came in touch with, this is why I'm saying deception is real, okay? This couple that is still there, and I've tried to pull them back, and I'm hoping that I did pull them out of that mess, but they started out with Egyptian gods. The Anunnakis are the Egyptian gods. The Anunnakis are the ones who mess shit up here on this planet. Okay? Now, so this retreat that they were going to have, I went to the retreat. I didn't realize at the time what was happening, right? So I go for this retreat. Now, at this point, nobody in their group, all the people that they're following, these guys are channeling the messages from someone or beings, okay? And I'd watched them a few times and I was like, you know what, maybe I need to go and do this retreat. Now, obviously, I was there for a reason. I didn't realize the reason after I was there and things happened. So here I am now. Thing with me is my energy gets sometimes to a place where um, people can't handle it. You can feel my energy, like it's like everywhere. Okay, so here I'm at this retreat. They have a ceremony. I'm sitting in the ceremony. Right now, I am there. I can channel. Okay, they can talk to me. Both sides can talk to me, right? They can come through with messages or whatever information. I'm sitting in there. I'm like really high vibrational. Like I'm like freaking like shaking. My entire body was vibrating. Okay. The first he announces that the creator, because till then the creator for them was a man. Okay, Egyptian god man, Ra, right? So then all of a sudden they announce that he's like, oh, and I just want to let you guys know the creator is actually a mother. It's a woman, Sophia, right? Now, this I shared with my people 7 years ago when I started this journey. I told them that your creator is a mother, not a father. So get away from that God concept, right? So I'm sitting there. This is when they announce this, right? The next thing I hear in my head is, you are Sophia Rose Ra. For a second, it didn't click. I was like, what the fuck just happened, right? Then I hear there's two groups now, okay? So one group is telling me, you're Sophia Rose Ra. And so I was like, Sophia Rose Ra. And then the next group is telling me, and not telling me, they just said this. They're like, oh, he won her, he won her fair and square. Okay? As soon as that hit my head, I was like, what the fuck? What am I, a trophy? So I said, I don't consent to that. Nobody's winning me. This is me. What the fuck? Right? So right away, I was like, no, thank you. Not happening. Okay? I realized that I was brought there to dismantle what they were trying to do. Because you see, they kept saying that the Anunnaki gods are coming back. I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but there were people who were saying this, light beings, who were saying the Anunnaki gods are coming back. The idea is this: yes, they're good Anunnaki gods and they're bad Anunnaki gods. The Egyptian gods were the ones who created the bloody mess, right? And we don't want that. So I'm sitting there thinking, So then, of course, I start doing my thing, right? I'm like, fuck, first of all, I am not like, nobody's owning me, right? I own myself. Nobody owns me. I'm me, myself, individual, you know. So the next couple days that I was there, I made sure I continuously flooded and collapsed, flooded and collapsed, flooded and collapsed the everything that was being done. So I come back, right? I'm in the plane. I have not shared this with anyone, just my sister knows this. You know how they talk about Kali, Ma Kali, which is an Indian goddess, right? If you see Ma Kali is statue, you'll see that she has her tongue out, her eyes are really big. It's a very scary looking statue of her or face, right? So I'm in the plane, my eyes are shut, right? And I'm just like kind of falling asleep, going to trance. All of a sudden I see me as her. Okay? And I am pissed. Like when I say pissed, as her. I was pissed as her, not me. Me, I'm seeing me, my face, but her as Kali. Okay? Now,
Gotcha.
listen. You see, Kali is portrayed as if you look at her, she looks demonic. Now, if you go research Hinduism, right, they literally offer meat and alcohol to her. They literally sacrifice children to her. Okay? Little kids, little babies. Now, you see, the thing is this, remember, the mother is trapped. I have seen myself as Kali, raped, abused, and trapped in a dungeon with chains on my arms and legs. Okay? So remember, soul traps, right? This is real stuff. This is how they recycle souls back onto earth, right? Soul trap. So the mother and the father have been trapped, but the mother is the one who gets abused because she's the creator. And they want to create like her, but they have no idea how to create like the womb because it's like magic. Do you see?
So
So
it's the same spirits with the same agendas who jump through different belief systems, but it's all the same.
it's the same shit, right? Because if you
Right.
see across all belief systems, all ancient and current belief systems, you'll see is the woman. The woman is always demonized. The woman is always attacked. The woman is always oppressed. The woman is the one who, and the children, right? Because to hurt a mother, you hurt the child, you hurt the mother.
Right.
It's the hardest for a mother is when the child is being hurt. You see? And they took the bat. So this is what it is, you see? And look on our earth, what have they done? What are they doing with the man? They introduce all kinds of addictions, right? They introduce all kinds of sports, which is all a circus, right? They take them away from their women and children. On top of that, they're sent to war, right? All the things that are being done are to separate us. We can't have harmony and balance in families. You see, it's all intentional. So after I saw that, right, and I was like, fuck. It was, and somebody had told me too, and somebody who knows me had done a reading, and she was like, "Dang, you're in a dungeon, tied up. You're really in a bad place." And I was like, so for me, what I saw in the plane was that being was finally free, that version of me, you see. Now the when I did my so I'd done a past life regression way back. Before I did the past life regression, I had asked for a timeline merge. So all my timelines merged into this body, all my past lives, everything merged into this one, right? When that happened initially, all the different beings, all the different lives I had, i could like connect with them and communicate with them individually. And then it came to a point where everything just happened to be me. Everything just turned into me. Yeah, women are, because we are the creators. We were the first thing to exist. Then we created the man. Everything is divine feminine energy. Okay, you believe, you don't believe, the truth doesn't change. You see, truth just is. You can't change that. You believe it or don't, it doesn't matter, right? You can't change truth. This is what it is. And you see, this is the reason. The reason things have been messed up is because we've been taught differently. We've been taught the opposite of what really is. And women are supposed to be the leaders. Leading doesn't mean that you are in control of everything. No, leading means the guy, the man in your life, will come and consult with you before deciding on doing things, right? Come and talk to you and, get your input in stuff. That's what they took away, that women didn't have a say in anything. Everything the men decided on their own. Look at the fuckery. Look at the mess that's been done on this earth because of it. Everything ends in a war. Everything ends in a war, right? Because they have no other way, no other way to think, right? Women don't think like that. Dang, I never want to send my kids to war. No way. No, thank you. My kid is not extra or, not needed or wanted. That I'm going to let them go fight a war that is literally funded just for them to keep us in this mess. They waste so much money and for no good reason. These countries that they go attack are not even anything wrong with the countries or bad countries or anything. They just have to meddle, They have to continuously keep us in this mess. So this is all it is. So yeah, past life regressions, it's okay. I mean, if you feel you need to do it, you do it. But I personally don't feel the need to like go and experience things and then have to feel oh my goodness, it's not good. I don't like it. We do have that, Sonia. We already have. Look, if the divine feminine creates a masculine being, just know that the divine feminine is of complete balance all the time. This is why when a woman is left by herself with her children, right away she comes into her divine masculine aspect. And she wears a pants, she goes, gets a job, she takes care of the kids. She'll become that version of her That is the full, complete version. You see? Because at that point, she has to be the provider, protector, and the mother, right? So that is what we are. The man also have that. But the thing with the man is this, what they did to the man is they removed that feminine energy, that part of it. They removed it and they emasculated the man at the same time. So what happened is the men are told that you cannot emote, you cannot seem weak, but at the same time, they took their strengths away. They took their ability to do things. So, what happens? A man is always feeling like he's not up to par, that he can't protect his family, he can't take care of them, he can't provide, because they created what we have as the 9 to 5. That
Right.
struggle, right? The continuous struggle of, oh, I have to work. Will I make it? Will I be able to feed the kids? Will I be able to pay the bills? Will I be able to have the lifestyle? This, that. On top of that, they give us the commercial bullshit of all the nonsense that we think we need to exist on this planet. Right? How much of it do we need? Think of humanity's needs. You can count on one hand, right? We need shelter,
Christmas,
food,
Valentine's
water,
Day.
clothes,
Right.
right? All of this, it's like maybe two hands if you really went out a little bit more, right? That's all you need. On top of that, all of this other shit is just that. It is bullshit that is fake, that is harmful for us, that we are constantly with, and is around us and our children and our families, and we're not seeing it's a fucking clutter that is cluttering the earth. Because in reality, when you throw it, it has to go somewhere, right? Maybe somebody will take it and use it, but at some point they'll get rid of it too. Where the heck does it go? And they call these landfills, but what are you doing? You're putting it in Mother Earth. What the heck? Some things will disintegrate, other things don't. They stay for years, like plastics. So think of all the crap they're creating just for keeping us low vibrational. So many things. We, when we wake up, have to start decluttering, and you will see the change. You declutter outside, you'll declutter inside. You declutter inside, you declutter outside. And you
Pedal,
get pushed to do that, anyways. Yeah.
pedal. I can't get past letting another person have control of my mind. But tell me what your take is on hypnotism.
So that's what they usually do when they do past life regression. They'll put you in like a state of hypnotism, right? Because it's literally like something like trance, but not really trance. Um, they will like kind of hypnotize you a little bit, and you get into a state where you're aware, right? Enough to respond to them and tell them things. But at the same time, when you get out of it, when you come back out of it, you might not have memory of all of it. You'll just have like random memory. So that is past life regression. That's how I've done my past life regressions. And I know how to do it. So I've done it for my family members. I don't do it for people, but I've done it for my sister, a few times. So it's something that you have to be ready for, because it's not, I'm telling you, it's very emotional, depending on who you are. Okay, I guess some people might not have it that tragic, but typically when they take you back in a past life is because in this life you have some issues. So when I had it done, right, I was trying to fix my relationship with my husband. I was like trying to see if I could figure out what was wrong so I could fix it. If it was something in the past life that was wrong, then I could fix it in this life. This is why I did mine. Mine, actually, the first one, which is on YouTube, you can go watch it. It it turned out to be something totally different, because it was not a past life regression. It was actually, how do I put it? So first a lion comes. I'm a lion. Then Yeshua, then Gaia, then Creator Source, right? Then I asked about my husband and I get shown Shiva and Parvati as one. Like the whole thing, And it was so damn emotional. I'm like freaking crying through, because when I was coming through as Gaia and Creator Source, it was like everything emotional was coming out of me. All the pain, the sadness, all of that was pouring out of me. So, it's it was a very intense. If you watch it, if you go and watch it, please don't watch it around children, okay? Because
Say
it's
that
not,
again.
you'll feel it. You will feel it like it's happening to you.
I'm gonna
If
watch it.
if you're on this journey, spiritual journey, you will feel it like it's happening to you. And I have had this happen. I have a couple other past life regressions on YouTube as well that were done, and I think one of them YouTube removed because they didn't like what they heard in it. But there's another. I
Yeah,
think there's a couple
but
there that, and they're all the same.
in
They're all the same.
in
All of
some
them, I'm crying.
respects,
Huh?
you know who I am better than I do because I hadn't been on this journey for as many experiences as you have.
Yeah, but I try not to tap into people. I'll tell you why. Because I try to stay aligned to who I am. So I I know who all of everything. Everybody is going to the same place, right? So I know this and I keep that in mind when I'm dealing with everyone, right? But I try not to tap into people. Like people will ask me, right, when I do healings, I do my job. I don't go into you and I don't find out who you are, what you are, where you are, what past life you've had. Like I don't do that, right? I'll just go and I'll do my job, which is clearing you, healing you, aligning you back, right? Making sure that I shield and protect you, right? Flood you with the right stuff and get you on track, right? People will ask me, did you see something? Do you have anything to tell me about myself? Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. I really don't. Because can you imagine? Okay, so right now it's not as busy for me. Like I heal, but I heal like collectively, right? But there was a time I would have in a day, in the beginning when I started, I would have like 15, 20 people. Okay. And I would do a collective healing. Like say five people send me a message and said, hey, uh, I would like to do I would like you to do a healing today, right? I would get in touch with the five people right now, right? And I'll say, are you ready? Do you have time? They say yes, and I'll be like, okay, lay down. All five are laying down, and all five are being healed at the same time. Now you see, all five people are different. All five people have different things needing to be healed. Right? All five people have different attachments. All five people have to be cleared differently. But my healing, one healing works for everyone, right? It does is designed to heal you for what you require. So it's individual healing. Exactly what needs to happen for you is going to happen for you. This is how it happens. So everybody's feedback is different because everybody has their own thing happening, right? I can't go and tap into each one of you and then come back and say, hey, yeah, this, that, blah, blah. No, I don't do that psychic stuff. I don't do that. And I don't, I don't put like energy and time into it either. It doesn't mean I don't know how, because I do. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. So when I had my business, my sister would sometimes send people, and the customers would walk in. So one example is this mother walked in. She a customer of mine. She walked in, and I said, hi, how are you? How is everything going? And the next thing she's crying. She's like, I just lost my son, right? So at that point, here comes the son, right? Right away, he came, connected to me, you know, and I told her he's here, and she asked about him and he had a message for her. So that kind of stuff happens, right? And I'll do that if I need, but it's not all the time. There was another incident where my sister had somebody, she came to my store. She's like, I keep getting this dream that I need to come speak to you. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, this accident happened, all teenagers, everyone died, right? Everyone were unalived in it. And they came through. The teenager, the one who was driving, came through. And he was apologizing because can you imagine the parents of these kids, how devastating for them. And he was like, I'm so sorry, right? They must have had to drink or something, you know. And one of those prom nights or whatever the heck it was. And he's like, he was so upset. He's like, I was not ready to leave yet, and I have no way to come back. So see, this kind of, so sometimes this kind of stuff happens as well, where they'll come through, and then I have a message for someone, you know. So yeah, I do, but I don't focus much on like psychic stuff. I don't, because my journey, what I do is a little more, you know, for people to align, to wake up, to become their own powerful self, to help them become who they are. That's really the goal. Like I said, the past, unless it's something tragic and it just happened recently, I try to tell people like, leave, don't go there, because it's really not that easy to deal with. It's not like for me. Okay, so all the stuff that I have witnessed, right, as my past lives, I sit and I think about them. Yeah, they're in my past, but the thing is, the fucking generational curses and spells are in this current life, right? The bullshit, and I'm thinking, am I breaking the cycles or not? Because of how bad it was. You see, this is what it is. And yes, I am breaking the cycles, but sometimes, like you guys have said, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy for me either. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. It's still a journey. It's still, we are all doing the same, you know, journey, right? The idea is that whatever gifts you have, like I've said, we are here to service unto others. So whatever gifts come awake, make sure you're using them, to help others, because that's what we're here to do. My goal is to, heal you guys, to bring you to a place where you are able to be your powerful self, right? To connect you to higher self, to create a source and become that version of you, so that you don't have to look outside for help from anyone, for that matter, right? For you to see yourself as the creator source, right? Because imagine, you have a child, right? And that child is the closest version to creator source. And how do you treat a child? With so much love, right? So much care, right? See yourself like that, because that's really who you are. Just because you're an adult doesn't make any difference. Remember, the child still exists. And the child, the creator source, is that. And the disconnect was, they disconnected the child from you intentionally with the education system and the 9 to 5. We have to return back to that child, to that version of you that created through thought and imagination, because that's what children do, right? This is what it is. So for you to be that special person for yourself, you have to be seeing yourself like that. Yeah, one of my lives is from Pleiades. You see, they say the Pleiades, the planets of the Pleiades, that's the seven sisters, right? The Pleiades. But in Hinduism, they also say Saptarishis, which is the seven brothers. It's pretty interesting how they've like kind of flipped shit. Yeah, a lot of us have come from there because they're our closest ancestors. Wait, what do you think it means for someone to have veins in forms of hearts and the eye of Horus? Where is that? Wait, you're born with that? Is that what you say? The veins of hearts? I've never seen that, but that's pretty cool. That's like a creator doing art. To you too, Martin. Thank you for being here if you're leaving. Pleiadians look like humans, they're the closest to humans, right? But look, the original organic beings that were um, humans, or what we were like, was blue and green. So the closest you can come to describing them is go watch Avatar, the second one. The second Avatar, right? Has the one that they have in the first one, so the blue people, and then they have the ones of the water, which is the green people, right? This is how the color was. See, when you wear copper sometimes, right? When you wear something of copper and you take it off, you'll see like a green ring around your finger or thumb or your wrist, right? It turns green or like that bluish green color, right? That's because that was our original color, and the copper does that. Yeah, that's you know what? Do you not see? Look at the Indian deities. Do you see the Indian gods? What color are they? Indians and Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma is the closest truth to humanity. That is the closest truth. Okay, on this planet, if you want to find some truth, that's where you see it, because they have it in the deities, the gods. Yeah, they have it. A lot of the stuff they have is the truth. Thank you. I appreciate it, Martin. You were blue, yeah, you were blue. I bet you were beautiful blue. Guys, it's like almost 2 o'clock here. Listen, before I came on to do the live, I told myself I'll do it for an hour because I was thinking I'm gonna probably fall asleep, I'm gonna get tired, whatever. Oh my goodness. How long it's been? I don't even know. What time did I start? I don't remember. Was it 10 o'clock? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so when they messed with the DNA, the color turned into a very dark brown. So that's why they say that the melanated people were here first, because that is the color that the mess when they mess with the DNA, that's the color that was created. That was the human color that was created. So yeah, that's why we have a lot of dark people. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I think I should get some rest. I could keep talking and talking. Oh my goodness. Builder, you're welcome. Man, I'm telling you, I didn't realize. I just looked up and I'm like, holy mackerel. Yeah, it's been 3 hours and 24 minutes. Oh my goodness. Well, I am grateful for you guys hanging out with me for this long. It's you're welcome. So, um, again, like I said, if any one of you is interested in the retreat in May, please send me a message and I'll send you information for it. Okay. Also, if you're interested in getting some tea, let me know. Send me a message for that as well. And also my jewelry. I do wire wrap jewelry, so crystal jewelry. If you're interested in getting something, bracelet or necklace or whatever. I shared my TikTok earlier. I can share it again, but yeah, you can. And if you're looking for If you're looking for recipes, I shared my um, YouTube channel earlier, guys, where you can find vegan and raw vegan recipes. Please, you can go check that out as well. So this one is my jewelry at Petals Creations. That's my jewelry TikTok. You can go check that out as well. Um, Sonia and Irene, did you guys have anything you wanted to share or um, say before I end this live?
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. No worries.
Yes, I really appreciate it, and I will be messaging you tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
sounds
gonna
good.
message you. I'm probably gonna attempt to do the tea.
I know you're like heck with this. What the heck? There, that's that karma. That is raw veganista petal. That is my YouTube channel for the recipes. Okay, and if there's something that you want to veganize, say you have a recipe that you really love that has meat, and you want to veganize it, send me a message. I'll veganize it for you. All right. Love you too, Builder. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, just you know, um, yeah,
I'll message
I
you
read for you
tomorrow.
especially. Okay, I will help you through this. Girl, I know I'm a foodie myself. Okay. You know what? Let me say this to you. So my daughter, my little one, right? When she was very very little, she would look at my belly and she'd be like, "Mom." So I would say, I want to lose weight, and I want to. She's like, no, 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 please don't lose weight, and I'll be like, why? She's like, then I don't have anything to cuddle to.
So cute.
She's like, I would have this cuddle belly, to cuddle to, and I'm like, okay, I'll keep
That's
this
cute.
belly for you. She's so amazing. She's so cute, right? So she was, I think she was probably like 5 6 years old, or so, very very young, right? She looks at me and she goes, "Thank you, mom, for building me in your belly."
Aw, so cute. Aw,
I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." It was so cute. The way she said it, she's like, "Thank you so much for building me in your belly."
aw, that's so cute.
Because so when they were little, they didn't know like where the babies came from, right? So they would ask me, and I had C-sections anyways. So I was like, yeah, they just had to cut my belly open, then it came out. So that's why she's like, thank you for building me in your belly.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness, she used to come up with some really interesting stuff when she was little. Really, really cute. All
Can
right,
I
guys.
message you tomorrow? That
Yeah.
way we can get together probably Thursday if you have time.
When I listen, just message me, okay?
Okay.
And uh, whenever, like, I will look at it. If I don't reply, just know that I don't have time, and I'm not looking
Yeah, I
at the
understand.
message, so that I don't forget. Because if I open the message, then it'll disappear with other messages. So sometimes if I don't have time, I won't touch that message. I can read it, but I won't open it, right? So that way it's a reminder, because it keeps saying your message, your message.
Okay.
so so if I don't
Uh,
reply right away, just know it's because I'm like tied up running around, whatever, right? But I will get back to you, and we can figure out a time, right?
okay. Thank
um
you.
you're
Have a good
welcome,
night.
love. You're welcome. Have a great night.
Thank you so much
Karma.
for
So
your wisdom.
I do use tofu, because my oldest one loves tofu and like tofu dishes. So I'm not gonna say, oh, do what works for you, right? I don't do soy milk, but I do tofu. I don't do anything like, they have something else they do with soy. I just do the plain tofu, the firm, extra firm, or like the what is the other one? the one that's not firm. I forget the name of it. Anyway, I do those for like Chinese or like Korean, soups and stuff like that. Um, and I use the firm tofu or extra firm I'll use for burgers, and I do a lot of Indian dishes that require like paneer, which is an Indian cheese. So in place of that, I'll use the tofu and I'll do that. So yeah, I use tofu quite a bit for my kids, but again, if I don't say it's the best to use because they say it's not as good, but if you're using it in moderation is fine, right? And then also I just found recently they introduced chickpea tofu, which I've used a couple times myself, and they also had pumfu. Pumfu is pumpkin tofu, and that would definitely be okay to use. So, look into see if you can find that. They usually will have it at like a health food store or a Whole Foods store might have that. So check into that too. It's a little bit of a different taste, but see, I tend to do a lot with my tofu. I don't just we never have it plain. The only time that my kids will ever have it without anything added is if it's deep fried, um, just like a appetizer with a little bit of cornstarch on the top. It becomes kind of crispy, and I'll fry it. They'll have it like that. But other than that, usually my tofu will either have, like, if I do Asian, then I'll put, soy sauce, chili sauce, or like chili paste, with a little bit of ketchup. And then I'll put sesame oil and sesame seeds, you know, um, and then like a little oil and make a sauce, and then I'll cook the tofu, cook first the tofu, then throw that sauce in. So I do it like that. Then I do a few different ways, Indian recipes that I do. And then there's the Indo-Chinese mix of, both. Um, and I do pho a lot. I like my kid and I love pho, so I do that quite a bit. That I'll put the silken tofu, that's like softer. So yeah, portobello mushrooms, I haven't used them in a while, but I have in the past used them as a burger patty. So instead of using bread, I had used a portobello mushroom as the actual bun, and then I made a burger, and the burger was made with a mix of vegetables and herbs and spices. And what I did was I was doing raw vegan at the time, so I had dehydrated my burgers, and I have the recipe in on my YouTube channel. You can check that out. So because of the vegetables I used, it worked out great. It tastes really, really good. And I'd like to season my stuff quite a bit. So I'll put, a bunch of different herbs and spices to give it a good flavor. So then when I even after it's dehydrated, it tastes really, really good, right? So that's a way to do it too. But portobello mushrooms, I know people who like do stuffed ones, stuffed portobello mushrooms, or you can grill it, between two, like grill press it, and it is a meaty texture, right? So you can use that in place of like meat. If you're making a burger, or if you're making a wrap, uh, or with rice, whatever you have it with, you can use that in the only thing is that you have to season it correctly. A lot of the things that don't have a flavor, like tofu has no flavor, mushrooms really don't have a flavor, right? So some of this stuff you want to make sure you're putting a good amount of like different things to give it the taste and the flavor, so that once it's cooked, it'll replace whatever meat you think you need. Trust me, you will not need meat. once you do this. So try some of my recipes, see what you think, and maybe you'll be able to get away from the thing altogether. Because I have both raw and I have cooked recipes of vegan, so you should be able to find some stuff there. All right, guys, 2 o'clock. I think I need to go to bed. I need my beauty sleep. All right, so on my TikTok, if you scroll down, you will see a being that is golden. I want you to see yourself like that all the time. Okay, that is literally how they see us. We see ourselves like this in physical form. They see us as unconditional golden love light. Okay, that is our shield, that is who we are. And then you want to see a bubble around you with the mirror, so you cloak yourself. Okay, so go check that out. Go check out all of my videos. They're not that long, they're like 2-3 minute videos, but I share a lot of information that is very useful for your journey. There are tools there that can help you as well. Screenshot whatever you think you can use every day, right? And yeah, and share with others. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Help the algorithm. All right. All right, guys. Look at that, 13K. I love it. All right. Good night, guys. Love you guys. Kisses. Until I see you guys again. Okay. Take care. All right. How do we end this live? Here we go.